So we are at, 25 sessions in total, and we finally maybe got the audio kind of sort of figured out so it'll sound better?
Clearly not. Anyway.
Hey, you know what? That's about how long it took, what's that really famous one?
Critical Role?
Yeah.
To be fair, their early ones had terrible recording.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
actually
The audio
hilarious.
was horrible.
It was as bad as ours.
No, it was worse than
And
ours.
they're voice actors.
Yeah, and that's their job.
I guess
That's the whole shtick, is that they're all actually employed voice actors.
Well, the voice acting is one thing, but the equipment doesn't come with the voice acting necessarily.
Yeah, but some of them...
But you would think they would have access to it or something.
It's cool.
Shall we roll for the recap?
Yes, please roll for the recap, or I will roll.
Looks like Mr. Jacobs. What kind of a roll was that? You just slid it across the table.
It was a sucky roll.
Okay, let's see. D6, 3.
I got 6. Let's roll to see whose roll.
I'm the DM.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys.
And it has to do it because it goes to my left.
Okay. 1 sec.
I've established this for many weeks. It's always a D6 and I always go to my left.
Okay, so I'm recapping. So, Princess Tifiti?
T-Kitty.
Tikiti.
Like T-Kitty.
Aw. Princess Tikiti,
Or yeah, go for
summoned, because of her visions, a group of people that she saw in those visions.
it. Really short individuals.
Yeah, a group of fun-sized individuals, in hopes that because of her visions they can reclaim a planet lost to the Cthulhu monsters long ago and left in ruins. And her visions aren't awesome, but she's going forward on them anyway. We have all met each other, and we have boarded a vessel that will take us to that place.
And you named it?
We managed to name it the Voyagir Ray.
And Artie tried to write on it, and that didn't go by very well for him.
Immediately, like, they stop you from doing this the moment they see. And,
My headcanon was you actually hit something on it, so that's why they had to misspell the I.
we each also had a session with Princess Tikiti before we left. She prayed for us all night, kept vigil. But before that, she acquired a vision for each of us and gave us unique messages and unique items to keep with us. And so we are going into battle into this planet with those equipment. And then we also got to ask for equipment, which each of us has. And I suspected and have had it confirmed that she asked for a pen that can write on metal specifically to draw on my blank face. And I knew it. That is my recap. I knew it. Did I anything that I think?
No, that's good.
We are.
It's gonna be hard for her to do that too, because when you go to sleep, you don't actually go to bed. You just are like not moving, so you're still aware. You never stop. It's creepy.
Okay. Did I forget anything? 2 of our members are in hypersleep, so that the madness of hyperspace doesn't
This
get
is
to them.
good. They won't have to make wisdom scores in checks. Probably.
And then
We'll see.
my nameless, creepy character and Kylie's Artie are still awake.
Yep. We're the only ones that opted out of the...
Yeah, alright. Well,
Unwisely, perhaps.
since we know what we're
Sleep.
doing, cool. Hyperspace is weird and quiet if you're not used to it. It's too quiet, usually. But some of the more welcome noises to break up the monotony, or perhaps add to it, are the sounds of the shields as they basically vaporize things that get too close to the ship. You know, as you go through hyperspace, massive chunks of asteroid from another dimension get just absolutely vaporized. These giant lightning arcs just kind of traveling from your ship to them within seconds and just turning it into dust. And that's essential, because otherwise your ship would be destroyed when traveling through hyperspace, or at least be hit by many, many meteors at speeds far too fast to survive. Even with the incredible density of the holes, it would just break your ship down and you would die. But this is pretty well established now. Thousands of years have gone by with the similar technology. It's beautiful. Some of the windows are open, especially on the sides. They are visible because they don't close.
Artie has plastered himself against one of those windows and is just staring wide-eyed and watching the asteroids get zapped.
As you do, you occasionally notice streams of dust going by so quickly and with such energy it's like water. But in actuality it's molten rock and some other dense metals.
That's so pretty.
It is very pretty. Often it's a cacophony of colors, but red is the most common. Though every now and then you hit something particularly large and it turns into a more bluish green array.
Wow.
As you stare out into the abyss and the distance, every now and then you see shapes. Things that reflected through lightning in the shields and their strange illuminations. You occasionally see things in the mists and the little dusts beyond time, and often they keep up with you a bit too well.
Guys, there's something out there.
These are common occurrences. Hyperspace is a strange realm, and roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
I apparently
Are you doing
bring
that?
mine in.
As well,
I presume I am also watching, just not
if you wish
plastered.
to. You don't have to, and it's common knowledge people are a bit nervous about doing so.
It's times like these I really miss having my halfling lucky. I got a 1.
Oh, nightmares and trauma forever.
Oh, this'll change things. Alright, what are you gonna roll?
Right. Wisdom save, you said?
Yes, I would like you to roll a wisdom save.
– 19 for me.
Interesting. Alright, well, you're fine, little Warforged friend. You stare out into these kind of strange clouds, essentially. They can go on for quite some time, and other times there's just nothing. It's very interesting, but vision is always messy when looking out the windows. You're fine. You're a bit dazed because the color's going by so fast and things are so... It's an intense experience to look at. But unfortunately, your cat friend is going to have some trouble.
She'll just wake up screaming in the night for the next few weeks. He'll be fine.
Yeah, something touches your brain.
Oh boy.
And I have a literal thing I'm gonna roll on.
Oh dear. I don't like this.
What languages do you know again?
Common, Vidalkin, and Modron. I want to say there's another one I'm supposed to have it there, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Where is that?
You hear someone speaking to you in all of those languages. And they're all layered on top of each other for extra madness.
Oh yeah, okay, and it should also be part of this that I have on this computer.
Oh.
I forgot that there's actually rules for this in the official game. There are insanity rules, by the way.
Right. As if he wasn't eccentric enough, now he gets to be insane.
Most people end up doing so if they travel too often through hyperspace. This is common knowledge. The merchant traders and caravans always a bit mad. Friendly, but mad.
It'll suit his character.
Some are not so friendly, but they tend to die. These people don't like them.
Unfortunate indeed. Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, this music is cool.
I had a page for this. Oh well.
Take your time, by all means.
Let me just click some buttons then and do this the official, actual reading things way. But, you see a shape begin to emerge out of the clouds and into your mind.
I'm backing away from the window, really quick, fast, like.
All right, you can. You're on one of the side hallways in the ship.
I don't know. I guess I'll go towards the back of the ship.
All right, robot friend, what do? Your friend starts panicking. You have no idea
Something
why.
really weird just happened. Get me out of here.
She'll be fine. What else?
Oh dear. All right. Well, as you do leave, the idea, you can't see it anymore. What was emerging, but you don't feel alone.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello?
That's 258.
Somebody there?
You know
Hello?
somebody's there.
All right.
Inside your mind.
Yeah, basically. Okay. Wow. Goodness gracious. There's a lot to go. Anyway.
There's only 2 laptops worth of information to try and sift through.
Oh, okay.
Very unfortunate.
Oh, interesting. So yes, you get disadvantage on all your ability checks.
Oh no! How long does that last?
It's a short-term thing, so until somebody heals you, you take a long rest.
Oh boy.
And
All of my ability checks, not my saving, just checks in general.
just ability checks.
Ability checks. So, like if
So
I'm
not
trying-
saving throws.
Great!
You're also starting to experience vivid hallucinations. Things are skittering across the floor every now and then, but you can never quite make out what they are.
I think I need to go sleep now.
As you make a ruckus, you begin to hear this thump into the ship. Big old clunk clunk kind of sound. Heavy boots on steel.
Where'd they coming from?
Your Warforged friend also hears these very heavy steps.
Where'd they coming from? Where's it at?
Towards the front of the ship.
Okay, no, I'm going to the back. I'm still working my way to the back.
Alright, well as you do, come around the corner, it's a 10-foot tall person in gigantic heavy black armor, one of the people that was setting up the ship. They're walking down the hallway, and they don't seem too aggressive, they're just stomping towards you guys. So he stomps forward and stops at your Warforged friend and is just like, what is wrong?
I've seen things. There's things
Understandable.
everywhere.
He pats you on the head.
Oh, I should
Roll a
do
Constitution
for-
saving throw, by the way.
I should explain to the microphone, my guy just shrugged slowly in response to the question. Something's wrong.
Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution.
That's gonna make a 17.
Cool. You managed to keep yourself from being slapped down too hard. He's trying to be gentle, you can tell, but he's a 10-foot tall person in extremely heavy armor. He's got a amount of gentleness that's probably impressive.
You've been patted by a tanker.
I think I just need to lay down for a bit. There was something in that hyperspace, and it's not doing me any good.
Do we die yet?
Oh,
Not yet.
Could you point me the way to the nearest bed? Mr. Really Tall Man?
back on the sleeping quarters.
Yeah.
The lower floor.
Okay. Which we need to go look at the lower floor.
He kind of gestures a bit for a moment and then manifests a map. It's not actually technology. He just summons a map.
Nice.
Little glowing points of light string themselves together and make a vague shape. Look at your map.
Okay.
Stairs that don't go into a triangle shape.
Well, there's about 3 of those.
Those all go down to the lower floor,
Okay. Well, thankfully
which is
I
where
have
the rooms to sleep in are, and also the cryopods are.
Okay, well, I'm very close to one of those, so I'm gonna just around the corner and we're gonna go down those stairs and take a rest.
It might be bad to go alone. You are seeing things, yes?
Yeah.
Take this.
Yes, I am.
Bad idea.
Bad idea. Okay, what's a good idea? Tell me
Bad
what's a
to
good
be
idea.
alone when things are watching.
Yes. Yes, something is definitely watching me. I can feel it, but I can't see it. I don't know where it's at.
I just like hug his leg.
Don't leave me.
His leg is hard and stiff. It's like a tree trunk.
Yeah. I'll just hold on to it. It's solid.
All right.
You like, don't leave me.
There's a pat.
Save me. I
Right
don't know
there.
what's going on.
Alright.
I
Well,
shall bring you to front of ship.
Okay. I'll hang
After
on
all,
to
that's
your
where
leg.
the wake are.
Yeah. Yes, okay, yes. I will go rest among the awake people.
All right. So it brings you that way. You kind of snake around some of the hallways, through some of the larger rooms, basically towards the front, until you get to one of the large rooms that you can get to. The other one's locked up because that is an active ion cannon turret. You're in the other one that is not technically active, but still basically active. And it has... There's this sort of almost like stairway into that thing, and you can see this... There's a bunch of kind of vaguely human people in that with this black armor and these helmets that are like those frog-mouthed knight helms. You can see, and they're dressed like that, and they are all just sort of laughing and hanging out at the in this gigantic gun turret, which does have this sort of door that can close, and it's sitting flat right now, but it could probably start turning, so it's probably an interesting experience when you're in there. But this is the main room. This is where the navigation room is, and this is where, you know, a whole bunch of people. There's actually about 15 people in this room. Most of them are pretty boring. They wear similar black outfits for a few of them and frog-mouthed helms. If you want to know about those, you can always ask and try to roll for it.
No, I think he's a little too preoccupied with the things that he's saying right now and the presence of being
There is
followed.
a front kind of view. It's a very interesting one because it's one of the few electronic parts of the ship that's fully functioning. There's not an actual window, but there are essentially camera, and it's showing the things you hit as you hit them, and you get that sort of, you know, stars flying by you. Look, only it's dust and super hot water and occasional arcs of this kind of almost whitish, reddish lightning that just kind of like incinerates something ahead and covers you in a cloud of dust.
If I wasn't so paranoid right now, I'd be loving this.
Pat, you are Pat. And as you do, the kind of your large armored friend that you still don't know the name of, brings you to sort of the main people and is like, Captain, where is the medical officer? Yeah, the captain turns. The captain's kind of this... He's not angry looking, but he's not happy looking. He has this look of someone who's just like, I am not emotional. And he has this sort of vaguely pirate-looking outfit.
Does he have a big bushy
He's got a
beard?
hat, and
And a little
he has a beard that is very, very well maintained. And he's just kind of happy, but he doesn't have like a peg leg or an eye patch, so I guess
Does
that's
he
sort
have
of
the
brief.
pipe?
He doesn't, but he does have a parrot-looking thing. If a parrot had like tentacles on its face.
A Cthulhu parrot?
Yeah, and it kind of gives this soft little like, and then kind of lets out a little whistle, and he's just like, The medical officer is indisposed.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound
It's
good.
normal.
It's normal? Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to go sleep,
Oh, okay.
even if you're... Well, not you. He turns to the giant friend next to you, Knight, and he's just like, other people must sleep. Instead of just sit there, awkwardly in my quarters for an hour. He's been sore about that.
Oh, goodness.
So, no medical help for you.
It'll be 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes isn't bad. Could I just...
He pulls out a clock. It's a really ornate mechanical thing.
Ooh, okay.
It's got about 7 dials.
I'll overcome my paranoia. I want to touch it.
He slaps your hand.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It is pretty.
I want to see it.
He turns it. He shows you it. He shows it to you, but he will not let you touch it.
Oh.
Just every now and then a tentative paw tries to snatch.
Yeah, exactly when he's not paying attention, his little paw reaches out.
And every now and then, instead of him, his little parrot thing goes and slaps you with its little face tentacles.
Good parrot.
You notice when it does that, it does have 6 eyes around the outside of the tentacles, and they're kind of like between the gaps.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually quite adorable. The eyes are actually quite large, and they're quite like glistening. And the tentacles are actually quite short, and its beak's actually quite small. It's very cute.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just wait here with my big giant friend, because I feel safer when he's around.
Just hang on to his tree trunk leg.
Alright. Is there anything you wanted to do in that 5 minutes?
Just wait and watch
Interesting.
whatnot the Thanos, I guess.
Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Come on, dice, be good to me.
What are the chances of another natural fail?
Not this time, thankfully.
120.
That's gonna make an 11.
Okay. You seem to feel a little safer
Okay.
in this group. Like,
Okay.
something was watching you, but not anymore.
Okay. I'm okay now.
You alright?
Yeah. We'll be alright.
Doing alright, but every now and then you do have that vague, skittery feeling like something just crawled by and you don't know what it was, and when you look, there's nothing there.
Like his tail foofs out every so
Yep.
often. It's just like...
And, well, the medical officer comes back, pats you on the head, gives you some nice warm drinks,
Oh.
and basically gives you a cookie. Tells you to go to bed and take it easy.
Okay.
You know, take a friend with you though, just in case. Someone will watch your back.
I'll look up to the big guy.
Be like, will you come with me?
I must fix the hole eventually.
Eventually, but you've got time, right?
I have 4 months of time.
Yeah. So you can take like a few hours and come watch over my sleep and make sure nothing's gonna kill me right now, right?
Roll a persuasion check.
Open your eyes as big and cute as they will go.
Well, since I've got disadvantage right now, I think that's going to be, yeah. Dang it, 19 on the second one. That's a 6.
Okay, he's just like, no, hole must be fixed. Keep the ship safe, yes?
Yeah.
But robot friend is good. He pats robot friend.
Did I come?
Probably.
I apparently came.
Well, I assume you came.
Okay.
What else are you gonna do? Stare into the abyss for more?
I will quickly detach myself from
You
the,
can if you want
to the
to.
giant's leg,
I
and I
can
will
recall that.
attach myself to the robo friend and be like,
You're my buddy.
Who's the real creep here? That's what that is. Anyway, so you do, and you go back, you take rest, it's fine, you feel fine, but that skittery feeling never leaves.
oh boy.
And that's how it goes for a few months. Quietness, you get to know these people, you get to know this large...
Hole master.
well, he's called a heater,
I call him the Hole Master.
because a lot of times space is either very cold or very hot. And you need a suit that can survive star-like temperatures. And that's what he's got. And his job is to exit the ship and do stuff on the outside of it, even in hyperspace. And his suit is also supposed to help with if he ever gets hit by your own shields and their massive lightning death rays, which would kill a normal, well, most armor, but his is built to just kind of go down and get him back inside the ship. Even though he'd be injured, he wouldn't die. Now, let's roll. Let's see what happens. The first month is boring. The second month, it was somebody's birthday. They were very happy. It was great. And people got along really well. There was actually this...
There's cake in the freezer for you
this
guys.
thing, and there actually was. They actually, just after that, 2 days, they shifted the gunners and the medical officers and all the essential crew. And you're essentially dealing with 32 different people now.
Aww,
Because
my big friend is
people are
gone.
only hyperspacing half the rest. And if you guys wanted to, you can wake up at this point if you only wanted to cryosleep half the journey.
Nah.
They're having a great sleep.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Alright. I just love hard decisions.
I'll wake up.
Alright.
No, I think I was disturbed enough by the companion of ours that companions in general, that I'm opting to sleep.
It's like I don't want to deal with
Understandable.
these guys.
So, through the thing, there's 3 individuals who gather with keys. They open the door to the cryosleep chambers. They have an entire group of, well, some of the gunners and their, weapons ready just in case. They open the door and they begin to wake you up, dwarf friend, and a few of the others as part of this process. They begin to check for mental illness or other issues, which are rare, but they do happen on rare occasion. It's a lot rarer in cryosleep, but it's still an issue.
Hello.
And they're giving you a quick mental exhaustion. The medic snaps their fingers in front of your face and is like, all right, where's your looking? They're just like, are you insane yet? How do you respond to somebody snapping their fingers in your face after you woke up?
I will try to ignore it.
Okay, they're like, oh, this one's good. And pat you on the face. This is a rather decent 5'5" elf lady that just tapped you on the face like, oh good, you're okay. And seems a bit enjoying this job a little too much. One of the other people, she apparently knows, and it's not a very gentle slap. It's a very loud slap that's like whoosh. And the person's just like, rubbing it off, and they're just like, yeah, they won't be feeling that until they're fully unthawed. But that could take an hour. So that's how it goes. And 2 of the people with weapons actually are essentially give their weapons to the people they've woken up to, and they start getting ready to sleep. But yeah, you guys leave out, they lock the doors, and you're up now. What do you want to do in this month?
There's cake for you in the freezer.
You can all do one thing notable in this month. There are things to do. There's small things that need to be moved, parts of the hull that always need to be managed, certain issues that come up, certain parts of the navigators are panicking about something or other that may or may not be a thing. Normal stuff.
The most notable thing I will do.
Some of the gunners are practicing shooting, actually. It's very loud. It's hilarious.
I think Artie would probably try to learn some more about the mechanics of the ship.
Alright, who do you talk to? You have basically anyone on it. Who do you look for? Who do you talk to?
The nearest person can just be like, who knows all the inner workings of the ship that I can talk to and learn some cool stuff?
Nobody knows all the inner workings. You're being silly.
Alright, well then who's the
That's the captain, by the way.
who's the most mechanical guy on the ship?
Me. It me.
Okay.
His little parrot thing says, it me.
Little bird.
It
Tell me
bops
all
you on
your
the head,
secrets.
not in a mean way, but in a definitely chastising way, like you are not ready.
Oh,
Too much knowledge.
just a little bit.
The captain does smile at the bird.
He approves his violence.
Oh yes, the soft bobbery. Only a true fiend could do such things.
Well, can I just at least maybe stand here and just watch you guys do things?
Well, you've been doing that before. Alright, so you can roll an investigation check and try to see what you can learn. Now, is there any part of the operations in this kind of navigation area that you'd like to know? Or would you like to focus on weapons, or what would you like to learn more about? Because you can focus on one thing.
I don't know really what he's. He just loves mechanical things.
Well, there's a lot of mechanics around, so if you want to learn anything useful, you're gonna have to specify, no matter how crazy you are about all of it.
What are the different functions then, I guess?
There's the navigation and piloting part of it. There's the weapons and sort of the kind of limbs of the ship. And then there's the internal functioning, like engines and rotors and axles and all sorts of gears inside that do vague but difficult and important things.
Okay, that last one is probably going to be where his attention is going to be
Alright.
most drawn.
Alright.
Investigation, you said?
With disadvantage.
Well, no, the disadvantage is gone now. Right?
Yeah, the disadvantage is gone. You took a long rest.
Right.
But it was funny.
It's going to be a 12.
Okay. You managed to eventually get your way down to the upper floor, actually. It's down right now, technically, but whatever. They have a weird naming system of directions when you're in hyperspace. The navigators are arguing about it, actually. It was left yesterday. Anyway, you get into some of the more nitty-gritty parts of the essentially boiler room, and you encounter a small, gray-skinned, vaguely human creature, about your height actually.
Oh boy,
And
new friend.
it has this kind of almost metal mask bolted into its head,
You look like somebody I
and
know.
it kind of breathes out with these odd noises, and he goes, "Well, hello."
Hello.
And then there's this little,
Losing my voice.
Darth Vader.
Can I touch your faceplate? It's so cool.
Can I
you
draw
touch his faceplate. It is solid and metal, and it's actually armor,
Huh.
and you can tell.
Can I draw a face on your faceplate?
No, it's
No?
mine.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I'm saving it for somebody else anyway.
Good thing I don't sleep.
Hopefully it's not one of my brothers.
I don't think he is. No, or she, or it.
Well, don't hit any of their helmets. They will never forgive you.
Duly noted.
This is a goblin, by the way. And he is technically in charge of the machines. Vaguely. He's not actually a specific engineer, but he does do maintenance on basically all of them. And he does have, on occasion, he meets with other little goblins, similar helmets, sometimes vaguely different, sometimes not. They all have different markings, and on occasion their flesh, which is often pretty open and exposed, so you can see most of their body except for their faces. They often have little marks and tattoos scarred into them with little symbols on each. And you can tell there is a little bit of a difference between ones with different symbols.
Like an hierarchy?
Perhaps.
Fascinating.
He shows you around the thing. He's like, "This is the boiler. It boil.
It's very big.
Yes, you touch it, you die. It's even inside the ship. It's actually hotter than it ought to be. It would melt itself if we didn't have a shield inside the ship."
Okay, well, note it yourself. I won't touch it.
Yes, that'd be bad. Well, it'd be hilarious.
Well, for
Reasons
you,
are bad.
not
Well,
for me.
yes. You wouldn't live long enough to appreciate it.
No, I probably wouldn't. So I want to see all the mechanical stuff. I want to watch it. And
Alright, gears and gears and gears. Hundreds of feet of
all the
it.
gears. Oh my god.
And he keeps you from putting yourself in and dying for most of them. They're
so beautiful.
really limited, and he's just like, the gears are bigger than you, and they will win.
Yeah.
They always win.
They're so beautiful. We both agree that they are beautiful. Okay, it's just and let the moving gears mechanics. It's beautiful.
Alright, yeah, you can roll, what do you want to know? What do you want to learn? What do you wish to gain from this? A bonus knowledge? Perhaps you'd like to learn... This is essentially a mentorship.
Can I increase one of my skills?
You could increase, if you train with this guy, I would let you gain proficiency with, repair tools, I think. Well, not repair tools, I would let you... I would give you a bonus on your Tinkerer tools proficiency.
I don't know if I have tinker tools.
Do you have that?
I've got artisan tools of some kind. I haven't figured out what
Those are
type.
Tinker tools,
They're
probably.
tinkers.
I would put them as Tinker tools because that's making little goofy things.
I
And,
think I've already got that in the
Yeah,
proficiency.
Tinker's probably more accurate for your character anyway.
yeah, but I'd let you get a bonus to that, like a small +1.
So proficiency and a +1?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. But yeah, that's what you spend your time with. Chilling with goblins in the boiler rooms and in the gear rooms and learning, interesting things about machines.
Small people who appreciate mechanics.
Oh yeah. On occasion though, you did see a hobgoblin or an orc similarly equipped and armed.
Hanging with my people.
They didn't really spend you much mind though.
Okay.
Alright, little Warforged friend, what do you do with your month?
I watch out the windows and watch people. Generally, the creature fades into the background, but every now and then people will notice that there's somebody standing in the corner just staring at them. They didn't realize was standing
Most
there
of
before.
them don't know how to handle you, but if you try to make conversation with you, what do you do when they try?
Stare.
Do you ever respond?
Not really.
Alright, so you spend a month practicing being intimidating. You get a +1 to intimidation.
Nice.
just like a not personable thing. Just like,
Yeah, you've spent a month just being
just
intimidating.
gremlining in the corner staring at people.
Alright, and what do you do, dwarf friend? What do you do with this month of boredom on a ship?
What does it look like in this space? Does it look empty?
Seriously, what does it look like I'm doing?
Well, it depends. The ship's full of stuff, full of occasional people.
I mean, like outside the ship, the space.
Oh, I've described that in detail.
I didn't listen.
Clouds of dust, superheated rock. It's almost like going through the center of the earth, but small pebbles of that like it's rain. As they just sort of, your ship essentially brute forces its way through an entire dimension of rock and occasionally actual water.
Yeah. Well,
It's beautiful. You get auroras, you can occasionally get dust storms, you can get all sorts of interesting looks outside. It's beautiful out there. And occasionally shapes move in the darkness beyond what you can see.
when I'm not doing any tasks, I'm looking out the windows, watching.
Alright, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
There's Cthulhu out there on them wings.
It's like a little Twilight Zone with the gremlins, but it's just Cthulhu. He's just sitting there on your wing like
9.
9? Alright, you, basically, as you begin to stare, things begin to touch you at odd times and in odd ways. Like hands slithering down your spine. And occasionally you feel the bite marks of perhaps a small, toothed creature on the back of your neck. And every time you turn, there's nothing there. And you never see any actual marks on you, but you begin to feel watched and like something is trying to get you. You're frightened.
Oh.
And, you need to use, it's hard not to cower before this strange things in the abyss beyond your vision. The senses of the ship tell you there's nothing there.
That's unpleasant.
I don't like this.
It usually is pretty difficult. Do you seek attention and help from the medical officers and people? Or do you just try to tough this out yourself? Or do you seek out companionship with somebody else to deal with this fear?
I was dealing with myself.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay. 18.
Okay, you manage to keep yourself under wraps. You are proud, and you are strong, and you refuse to bend to these nameless things that gnaw at your ankles. And you manage to eventually rid yourself of this feeling. It takes basically the entire month. But give yourself a +1 to... Give yourself give yourself a resistance to fear. You've spent a month essentially dealing with compulsive and manic paranoias. You're a bit more resistant to its effects now. At least for a few years. Until you go soft again.
Yeah.
That's how you guys spend your month. He spends it contentedly sleeping. Gain some bonus hit dice, by the way.
Yay.
Temporary hit dice, 1 of your hit die of temporary HP.
Okay.
You'll have that when you wake up.
Yeah.
Now, during this next month, because the dice have said so, and because there's only 2 months left, things kind of get a bit weirder. You're hitting more stuff. And, you're beginning to hit actual liquid sounds.
Weird.
This is molten rock. You are hitting and essentially traveling through a meteor field. And it has gone on for 3 weeks. The ship's shields are on overtime. The crackle of lightning is kind of almost faded away so that you can barely recognize it, despite the fact that, outside the ship, some of the actual shield towers are still blaring to life, and occasionally just streaks of this incredibly greenish-looking matter is vaporized, and more things begin to move outside the ship beyond this kind of nonsense. You're beginning to notice this is a trend, and the captain is very nervous. He's got his cane, which he doesn't normally have, and he's banging on the floor every now and then, like he's ready to hit something. He has... Essentially, he's told a few people to be more careful. He's on edge. Not everyone is, but the captain, at least, is very serious. Thinks something's up.
Oh, Captain, my Captain?
He bangs you on the head with a stick.
Ow!
It doesn't deal damage, but it's a very stiff.
Oh, that's smart.
It ought to keep you tough. You're gonna need it.
Well, what's going on?
Feeling it in my bones. He's only like 32.
So, what's going on? What can I help with?
What's going on? It's going on out there. You see, they're gathering.
Who's they? You mean all the meteors?
I don't know. You tell me that they're out there, though. You can feel them watching you.
It's true. I felt one earlier. Many months ago, but I did. Okay.
He gives you a small stick as well.
Ooh.
He's like, you're gonna need it.
Okay. I'm ready.
He's got a whole bunch of sticks.
Can I tinker on the stick and make it mechanical and cool and do stuff?
Probably. It's a stick.
Ooh, I wanna do that with my time. Like a tinker tool plus 1.
Probably want to keep it hard though and heavy.
Yeah.
Gotta club something with it. Just in case.
I want to get like
You
extended.
never know when you're gonna need it, I say.
Have like both
The last time I made this journey, I regretted not having a stick.
Okay.
So by golly, I've got sticks for everyone.
Ooh, I'll take 2
does.
sticks.
Backup sticks.
He says one per person and bops you on the head.
Ow! Alright, fine. I'll take my stick and go. I want
Parrot laughs as you leave.
to tinker on it though. I want to make it do something cool.
Sure, you can try.
Okay. What am I rolling?
What are you trying to do? When you want to make it something cool, what does that mean?
She just wants to make it have gears and let off steam every
You
now
can
and
put gears on it with tape.
+3 dexterity.
then. Moving gears.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like,
Would you like to put like a wheel on the end that you can like spin? Would you like to like put like gears you could like turn like a can opener or something?
Oh my
I mean, what do you want it to do?
I want to extend out. So like,
Oh, you're trying to make it like a staff?
yeah, so like back on the floor and it goes.
Okay, you can try to do that. Give me a. I don't know what check to roll for this. Just roll your tinker. Roll dexterity with your tinker tools and actually roll intelligence.
Intelligence?
Yeah, roll intelligence with your tinker tool bonus.
I was saving just an intelligence.
Plus your bonuses.
Right, I'm trying to think. Because intelligence has already got a bonus in it, which is then 4, and then
Yeah.
if I
And
double
then what's your
that with
tinker tool
tools-
bonus? Your proficiency and the +1 thing I gave you.
So that's another 3
So you got +7 to what the number is.
to 7, so that makes 14.
Cool. You managed to do something interesting with it. It's not super long, but you can make it long enough to make it 2-hand required. Would you like that, or do you want to keep it only within the range of 1 hand required?
It can be 1 when I
It gains
don't
versatile as a trait, or you can have it become 2-handable.
Do his cans count as two hands? Like,
The hands are so small. They surely should be one
So
hand.
They
does
were-
it
well,
still...
I'm just teasing.
I'm talking for her side.
I was teasing.
But like, would it still keep its main until I extend it, and then it's 2-handed, or is it forever?
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah, you can have it 1-handed and then have it extended form be 2-hand required, or you can have it be versatile and 1-hand required only.
What's versatile exactly?
You can 2-hand it for bonus damage, like it's like a die higher, like a D6 becomes a D8, or a D4 becomes a D6. And since this is basically it's a stick, so it's like a club, it's like a D6, and then it becomes a D8 because it's a club. It's like a staff. Yeah, so you can use it 1-handed or 2-handed, but 2-handed gives you more damage.
Okay, we'll do 2-handed.
Yeah, so just write it on your list as a thing. You have
You
a
have a
club
beaten stick.
/staff,
Sticks.
and it can be versatile, which gets you D8 instead of D6. There you go, boom. Congrats. All right. But yeah, things are getting really interesting. More other people are beginning to experience your disdain for the hyperspace around you. And one person had to be sedated because they had begun to essentially barricade themselves into a closet.
Oh no.
They also rolled a nat 1.
They did. Anyway, so as you guys keep going, the next month passes, and
My little
you're on
buddy friend.
your last month of travel. You're getting quite close, and you can kind of feel it.
I'm gonna find my little buddy friend, the living golem doll
This
thing.
is a very one-sided relationship.
I'll be like, look at this thing I made, isn't it cool? If I try to keep
It like you, it machine, you machine. Ah. That's racist.
He looks at it.
I'll be like, watch this, and it goes like, swing. Oh, it's so cool. And I'm like spinning around.
All right.
There's a vague nod. This is not necessarily unfriendliness because he does that to everybody. So are the Cthulhu is the concentration of Cthulhu increasing the closer we get to our destination? Is that
Indeed.
what's happening?
massively so.
Oh boy.
Outside one of the windows, as you guys have communed and shown off your stick, this gigantic sort of curvy thing barely becomes truly visible, and the sensors of the ship do pick that up, actually.
Okay,
For once,
something just
the
happened.
ship is just like, ring, and there's this little like alert noise, and the captain hits this button, and there's a lot of blaring. He's just very upset. He's just like, everybody needs to be ready.
I will run to the window with my stick.
We are ready.
You're like, I have a stick!
Yeah, well, congrats. He's like, pats you on the head, he's like, good. You know, instead, some of the people are actually getting arms from the actual arms counters. And people are just like, I could do this, blah, blah, blah. He begins to make sure everyone's armed, just in case. Some people don't like it. Some of the gunners don't like it, particularly, because they were enjoying their lazy times and their goofy drinks and their little tables that's magnetized and their little, like, turny room that's theirs and no one else's. They're basically a clique. Yeah, things begin to get weird. Everybody in the ship has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Here it goes.
$20 for me.
I'll make the 7.
I have to make it too.
Nope. People in Carson do not have to make this.
I got a 9 again.
I got a 7.
I got a 20.
Nice.
Not a nat 20, just a 20.
Yeah, but a 20 is
Dirty
good enough.
20.
Those who rolled less than 10 begin to hear and, well, experience some exciting events. Namely, in this case, fits of laughter and tears you don't understand begin to, like, just sort of creep their way into your behavior. You begin to laugh awkwardly and cry at times you don't want to cry. You have no reason to cry, and yet tears begin to stream. It's happened a few times. The medical staff and, a few people are very busy making sure people are okay. This goes on for like 4 days, and then something actually does happen. There is an alarm, there's a full breach, and the captain has basically locked every possible room.
Okay.
And everything's locked. Where were you at 3 in the morning after 4 days of just on the alert? Pick your spot. Every one of you, put yourself on that map. Let me know where you are, because this is going to matter.
And by every one of you, it means not me.
Well, I know where you are. You're in the basement. Woo. This is the part when you realize this is a dungeon. And,
That is actually a clever point.
I have an entire page of what happens. Okay. So, yeah. You guys are in that room, right? Is it a large room or are you in the hallway?
Which one of us here is?
Cat and Frog.
We're in a tiny
Yes.
room.
We're in just a random little side
It's
room.
like between hallways.
It's a tiny room near the middle.
Ah, okay, that one. This room is a bit unique, and as things begin to get weird and the lockdown begins, there's this really odd phenomena that begins to occur. This sort of vague human-y shape, bound by chains, begins to descend from the kind of wall, as if they were falling sideways across it, and they just sort of land in this sort of huddle hanging from the wall's corner, and as if the other wall was the floor. And it's just sort of this sideways shadow that you can see. And it just kind of slowly moves and like rides like someone against chains, but doesn't do anything. Yeah. How do you respond to that going on?
And we can't get out of the room. It's locked
Oh,
down.
well, the doors are locked. Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
super lockdown. There was an alert like, everybody get your sticks! And then it literally just cut off immediately and everything just locked. And he's just like, I know! And then boom.
I just slowly put my hand over Artie's mouth. It's like, don't do anything.
I think
Kind
he's a
of
little
motion.
freaked out right now. He's just
No.
up in the corner with the stick. They're just standing there.
And we are gonna try to freeze and see if it just doesn't do it.
Make a stealth check.
That's just 12 for me.
Okay, Dice. That was your last chance. That's a 9.
And that was 12 for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Unfortunately, your cat friend sort of makes a little squeak, and this thing pops from one of the corners. It's kind of like a slithery little jellyfish-looking thing that just sort of floats through the air, and has these two kind of knot eyes inside of it that sort of swivel and look and glow this faint white.
Okay, well.
And
this is
it locks onto this small cat friend who's made this noise. And roll initiative.
Let's see. So that's 12 for me.
Oh, right, Dice. The other one is in timeout. Nope, I don't
In
want
dice
it.
jail.
Where's my initiative score? Okay. 10.
Cool. Right. It moves first. It lets out this piercing shriek. And could you guys make a wisdom saving throw?
They can try.
Just 7 for me.
You're frightened.
Oh no!
Yeah,
you
no,
roll?
I am at 1.
That one?
Yeah, those
Oh,
dice.
you get worse. I'm
Those dice
sorry.
are also in timeout.
It launches itself at you because you essentially fall to your knees and it just begins to like engulf your face. And you basically can barely move as it just starts to try to eat your face.
Oh, great. That's lovely. That's lovely.
Alright, yeah, you're gonna be in serious trouble if things don't change.
Yeah, let's figure out what we can do.
I mean, your character's gonna be frightened for a single turn.
Great.
But you can try to do something regardless, as long as it's not an attack or moving closer to your friend on the floor. This thing is hideous and you don't understand it and you feel like it wants to eat your soul.
Great.
It's actually not that big, it's the size of a house cat.
Still.
But to us,
Delightful.
Yeah, since you're short, it's like huge.
it's the most difficult
Alright.
thing we fought yet.
And was it her turn or mine?
It's your turn.
Alright. I'm going to try and scare it back. I'm going to use Insight Fear. It needs to take a wisdom saving check, or else they are scared of you until my concentration ends in 1 minute.
What's its DC that it has to be?
I don't know. How do I find that out?
It's 8 plus your intelligence plus your proficiency.
Let's see. Okay, so that's 14.
Okay, it loses that. It's terrified. It jumps off your friend and tries to make a scoot for the wall. Similarly, Slurpee and makes this little like no.
Every turn end, if they can't see me, they can try to make a save
Okay.
to not be afraid.
Well, it's making a run for it. You're no longer frightened because it's panicking more than you are. Also, you can
I'm
move
so
now, cat
terrored.
friend. Congratulations. That was. It rolled a nat 1, so it was in trouble.
It is just quivering
It is
in jellyfish
in the corner.
fear. I'm the true monster here.
It tried to go into the corner again and failed.
Oh, now I just feel sorry for it.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Alright, so what do you do with this small, terrified little thing?
I'm gonna bash it with a stick.
Oh man.
Alright.
There's a dark side to this
You're trying
cat.
to eat my faith! They'll feel the wrath of my
Roll the
dick.
It's a surprisingly agile little put him down. What'd you roll?
She rolled a 1.
Oh no!
You moved
Oh, no.
to strike, and you are swayed by pity.
It's like
It looks at you with these large, adorable eyes, and gives you this soft little. And
Dice.
it's terrifying, and you just can't bring yourself to hit it because you forge a psychic link with it. And in that moment, it's just like, but I like to eat the things. I'm hungry.
I give up.
But you've made a friend.
Making me think I made a friend. He's gonna eat
That was
my
in-
face.
that's like the reverse of the bird.
It's very scared, and it tries to charm you. It's going to roll its persuasion. It actually rolls pretty well. What's your charisma score, I think, or wisdom? Roll it. What's your insight bonus?
I can find where it's at.
It's what your skills.
Yeah, I'm looking at my skills. There's an intimidation investigation. Oh, there it is. 3.
Insight is a wisdom check.
Oh yeah. So actually, you're aware it's honest. It didn't roll that well. It is just a pansy. So the question now remains: are you still going to try to murder this, even though it clearly isn't going to do anything, and it's just like begging for its life?
So, did it reach out to me telepathically?
Nope.
I could
You
just.
reached out to it on accident when you tried to hit it. And
So,
you rolled the nat 1.
am I currently in a telepathic link to the thing?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Well, Artie is not a bloodthirsty monster.
He's a cat. I'm surprised.
He's a cat that fancies
That's an unusual cat.
mechanics. He's not.
So what do you do?
Oh, well, it's all right. I'll be like,
Well, we could be friends.
It does like the sound of that.
You can come with me,
It is very pleased.
and I won't kill you.
You will kill
But
it?
no, I won't. But you gotta not eat my face.
The face is delicious.
I
It's
can
the
give
tastiest part.
just not my face, and not the face of my friend over here who actually doesn't really have a
That's
face.
I don't have a
rock.
face.
And
Nobody
nobody
rocks.
understands. But I will find a face for you that you can eat.
It is pleased with this,
Don't
Stevie.
make promises with those. It's
It,
like
it
the
reaches
river.
out a small little tentacle thing to shake.
All right, I'll
It's
give
the
it like
blood
one of my little
pact all
claws.
over again.
We'll see.
Yeah, basically. And it gives you a little like shake, and it is now your friend.
Okay.
I'm still glaring at him.
Can I pet it?
You can pet it. It is okay with pets.
Okay.
It makes soft little noises every time you do it. It's almost like little like noises.
Okay. I
It
will.
is peaceful now.
Okay.
Whether that's out of entirely fear or just the fact that, who knows? At this point, I'm not sure.
I will maintain concentration for the minute that I have to stare at it and remind it to be terrified of me.
It's gonna make a will save. If it fails, it's afraid. Other side of the cat.
Okay?
It's hiding.
I'm not gonna attack it, but just remind it.
It respects
That's
that. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, that is kind of what goes on in this room. I wasn't expecting you to be in this room. Very interesting. Now let's go to the dwarf friend. Dwarf, where were you?
I'm in a big room.
Just kind of peer at it for a
In a
bit.
big room near where the other two are.
Okay, big room near where the other two were. Kind of got rooms up and below it, and it's a big middle room.
Yeah.
I think it's room 2. And room 2 experiences.
Whoa. Talking like the cat.
Seems a bit weird. But you're not sure why. The room's just locked down. You actually have a small goblin friend that got locked in on accident with you. It was just going through the room, and then got stuck in it when the locks happened. And nothing seems to happen, but you feel watched. and like things are moving, but you don't know where they are.
Weird.
Yeah. It's gonna sit there forever.
I guess so.
All right. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
4.
You fail.
Yeah, I do.
Your goblin friend now begins to talk incoherently, and literally is not speaking any language known to man or beast.
It's just gibberish.
And just it's just sort of muttering and like clutching its helmet. Just, and I'm gonna roll for you.
Oh no.
You pass out.
Oh no!
This
Oh no!
crazy pressure just begins to build in your brain, and you just collapse. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oof. 18.
Cool. You manage to come to after a bit. This crazy pressure still crushing your brain, but you get up. Your friend is out, just gone, and they might be bleeding. This helmet, there's this pool of red beneath it, and they're just on the floor.
Oh.
The walls occasionally sort of shimmer and slither around, and this little goblin thing has this little, like, almost imperceptible haze around it.
Oh.
What do you do?
Stay away from the goblin.
All right. Did I do anything else? Do you want to get out of the room?
In fact,
Do you want to look at the room? Do you want to roll perception?
actually, I want to see how hurt the goblin looks.
Well, medicine check.
Yeah. That would be 15.
Good. You know this goblin's unconscious, and that it has probably failed a saving throw or two.
Yeah. Does it look like it's actually hurt?
He's
He's hit
dying.
He's
And-
dying.
he's failed a couple
It
of
is
saving
on death's
throws.
door.
He's
Okay.
There's
unconscious.
definitely blood.
I'm going to walk over to him
Goblins don't have that much.
and put my hand on him and try to form a infernal conduit.
Whoa. Where are you again?
He's an anti-paladin.
Oh.
Again,
I'm sitting here like, what the heck? Infernal conduit.
interesting.
Oh.
And I'm
I wanna
assuming
mess
that
with
since it's unconscious, it is not unwilling.
Yes, this goblin cannot technically be unwilling.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give him 1 HP of mine.
Okay. He does stabilize, does not wake up.
Okay. That's okay. Now I'll stay away from him. Does he still have that like weird cloud thing?
Oh,
around
yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that weird cloud thing.
Right. As you do, time goes by and this hideous pressure builds again, and this goblin dies.
Oh shoot.
There's a moment of just like retching and crushing, and then they begin to be pulled into the floor. Just inch by inch, this goblin is removed through the floor. There's no perceptible trace being left behind.
Oh no.
And roll another wisdom saving throw.
Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to get out of this room. Wisdom 9.
You fail again? Let's roll.
Constitution
It
saving stuff.
was wisdom, and this time you become paralyzed. You begin to you're back at home suddenly.
Oh yeah.
You're back where you grew up, where you're most happy,
Oh.
wherever that was. You're back in your comfortable space. Things are fine. There's no issues. Not at all. Things are great.
I like this.
Roll wisdom saving throw.
That might be him.
Yeah.
We might have a new friend.
Maybe.
Let's
see if
see
we can those characters go.
11.
Okay, you managed to eventually come to, and you're still in the room, and you're on the floor now. You're like on your knees, and you're beginning to bleed from your nose. You have exhaustion too. Anyway, so is there anything else you'd like to do before I move to another room?
I'm gonna freaking try to get out of this room.
Alright,
You have exhaustion too.
Now remind me what exhaustion 2 does.
Really bad things.
Exhaustion 2, according to the exhaustion table, your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
So I'm assuming the only ways out would be through the doors.
Yeah, I think so, probably.
I'm gonna try to open it. I know it's gonna... I know we're in lockdown, but I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay. Yeah, there's 3 doors. Which one do you want? There's one that goes to the front of the ship, one that goes kind of back into the middle and kind of towards the back of the ship, and then there's one that goes down into the right wing of the ship. Which one do you want to take out? Which one do you want to go to? You know most of the people that could help you would probably be at the front.
Yeah, I'm gonna go go through the front door.
Okay.
Or at least the one that goes to the front.
Yeah, the front. Call the front. Go for it. What do you want to do? Sleight of hand? Pick the lock? Break it down? Roll investigation to figure out what's going on?
I'm gonna do investigation. See if I can open the door. See how I could open the door. Nat 1.
The door is terrifying, and frankly,
This
there
door
were
cannot be
doors.
opened.
The doors begin to swim and move, and you're not even sure where they are anymore. You approach one, and you literally are grabbing the wall, and you don't even know it until too late, and you're just like, oh, this wall! And you thought you were trying to open the door. It's real embarrassing if anyone were around to watch. But the goblin has disappeared into the floor, and you feel incredibly not alone. Now we're going to go to the other people in this group. But particularly, we're going to go to you, friend Kobold. The emergency lockdown, and you've been woken up as part of the people. Nobody's there to wake you up, and the door has been emergency opened.
Huh.
This is to be done from the front of the ship in the navigation with all 3 keys. But yes, he has opened your cell as part of the door thing. So the door that you're leading to is open, and you can come up from any of the stairs that go to the lower level. I'll just let you pick which one you want to come out of.
Okay.
As far as I can see, there are really just 2 of those. One of them goes to the other floor. They're all on sort of the right side of the ship.
Well, there's one in the back of it, right?
I think so.
There's one towards the back. I'll go up the one on the right. Probably the furthest right.
Okay. Sort of the far window.
Farthest, yeah, the window.
Alright, you pop out into that hallway, and things are fine. You can see out the windows. There's tons of space. There's this little weird thing slithering across it. But other than that, everything's fine.
That's kind of weird, but
It's like a 6-inch slug, like a sea slug.
I'm very interested.
And it kind of makes little wiggle wobbles.
across
whatever.
the outside of the.
Yeah, just across the window. It's just kind of slithering by. Doesn't care about you. Just goes right by.
I'm sure I'll get very distracted by that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, what do you do?
Observe it.
Investigation check. Whoa!
Okay.
You're trying to learn more about this creature, are you not?
Oh, I am. Okay.
Or at least trying to stare at it in horrified disbelief.
You're like a cat looking at a bird. Just like little chilly.
Investigation, huh?
Yeah. That's the one.
That's an 8.
Okay. You have no idea what this is, and it's fun. It's the best thing you've had in months.
Yeah.
You were just so into this thing. And you spend a good hour. No, I'm just kidding. You spend this thing's entire trip across your visible window until it leaves sight, and it gives you a little like wiggle wobble that looks like a wave as it goes by,
Aw.
and then it's away, and you can't see it anymore. You're in this hall. The doors are locked. Nobody's waking up behind you.
So no one else is awake. I'm just me.
Yeah, it seems like they picked you in particular
Oh.
to get up because you had repute and you are technically considered someone who is probably going to be sane enough to deal with this.
Okay. So if I'm the only one awake, I guess I'll go.
You have 2 doors.
There's the one ahead of me, or there's the one to the right.
We're glad you could make it.
I'll just take the one straight ahead.
All right, you go to that door. It's technically locked. Would you like to try to get through it?
Sure.
Do you have any skill with thieves' tools?
Nope.
Well,
I have a gun.
What are you going to try to do to get through the door then?
What?
What are you going to do to get through the door? Just roll a hit?
Shoot it. No, I won't shoot it with a gun. I'll try the other door if that one's locked.
They're both locked. You know they're both locked.
Well, guys, it's an impossible puzzle. I can't get through it.
We can't hear you.
There is an
cannot hear
emergency
you
unlock
scream.
you could try to do, but it would take like 10 minutes. It would take 10 minutes of you trying to pull a lever.
Okay, well, I would be very much aware that you can't shoot a gun in a spaceship and have it end up well. So I'm sure I'll sit there for 10 minutes.
You're just gonna like yank on something for 10 minutes?
Sure.
Make an athletics check.
Okay.
Let's see just how many minutes this really
Remember, I
takes.
count as tiny.
That's one of the reasons why it would take 10 minutes instead of 5.
Nat 20.
You pull that in an instant. With this sort of terrible thing, you manage to get all your weight and you just yank that lever, and that lever just slams and this door just pops open. No time required. This is an impressive feat of strength, so I'm just, yeah, wow.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a couple minutes flexing
And which one was that again?
my tiny muscles.
That door, okay.
You feel 3 feet taller in this one.
Go into the room
That's
19.
more than double my height. What?
You're in room 19.
The one right ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. Room 19.
Alright, room 19. What do you do? There's, the doors in this room are all locked that you can see.
Okay.
Part of this room, one of its notable features is there's this large kind of dais
Okay.
on the northeast corner of the room, and the ceiling is covered in these unusual scorch marks, like things have burned. And there's this swarm of little spider-like things that are just flaring with light and fire, slithering across the ceiling.
Oh.
Wow. Well, the fire is not such a big deal. I'm a kobold after all. That's probably like my comfort zone. But I think
Spiders are delicious.
spiders are tasty, and I can fly. Maybe I'll go eat a spider. I don't know. I mean, like, I would probably want to go catch one in one of my jars.
Alright, roll for catch spider.
Yes.
It's probably acrobatics, because these boys are little skitterers.
25.
Nice. You catch like 3 of them.
Yay, spiders.
They are actually
Alright.
very incapable of hurting you and breaking your jar. It looks like they're just in your ship because
I'm adding them to my list.
they burn things that aren't glass jar, but the others scatter and flee for the corners and the walls, and they leave little trails of burnt things. Yeah,
3 spiders in a jar.
3 fiery spiders in jar.
Okay.
That's
Could have
delightful.
played Zelda music with that too. This is just too
Okay.
free.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but this seems delightful. So
I've made a friend, apparently.
that's good. Brand
As
would
for
approve.
doors from this room, if you'd like to go through other doors, there's one that leads to another part of the kind of downstairs sleeping areas.
Okay.
There's one that leads to the room that would go towards the middle, the front of the ship, and then there's one that would lead you towards the back.
It just would make a lot of sense to go down to the sleeping things again.
Yep.
Because that's where I came from. Unless I want to try and wake people up.
That is an option.
I don't know, but at the same vein, I think I'm just gonna go deeper.
Okay.
It's a
It's a big.
I feel
which
compelled
one?
that I
Two
must
doors. Good. Front of the ship or towards the middle back of the ship?
What?
You want to go towards the front or the back? The room that Ben's in, or do you want to go to the back of the ship?
Go to the one in my room.
Oh, there's a door to Ben. The one Ben's in. Oh, there is. Yeah, why not? Well, I wouldn't know that he's in there, but
Would you try
Just
to
random
But that
chance.
is.
But that's a door to. But I know that's a door to another room instead of a door to another hallway, which is.
Yeah, it's a door to another room.
Because
but
I'm
it's
just
also
getting
quicker to the
frustrated with
front.
opening doors, so the minimum amount of doors.
Well, if you want to get to where? The front where the allies are, or the back where nobody is?
front.
Okay. That's what I thought. So it takes roll for another emergency door unlocking.
Alright. But I warn you, I'm pretty buff.
These have an emergency unlock because they're not actually supposed to be much more than a delay.
Oh, there it is.
And you know that. These are just supposed to slow people down to help assist.
Come on, nat 20 again.
Yeah, 20 again. I'm just going to give you like plus 10 strength.
What was it? Strength test?
Yeah.
Dang.
Athletics too if you have a bonus.
Well, it's very different because my strength is 0. Oh, athletics is strength too. Doesn't really matter.
Yep.
I got an 18 that I rolled. So.
18?
Oh.
That's good enough. Within 5 minutes, you're able to open this door. Now, we're going to go to the other two
Yay.
and their room, and things beginning to slither away from the walls again. That whole shadowy skeleton manacle person begins to slither back up the wall and back into the vague roof. It was really weird. And the doors are still locked. You're still there, but you have a small friend that you've made.
She's made. Well, I'm sure a minute has passed. He's probably not afraid of me anymore.
Oh no, still terrified.
Residual terror.
I think it's just a permanent feature now.
I guess I'll see if I can. I don't know. I will inspect the door. Investigation check. And that would be 17. On the door, is there any way to kind of convince it to open?
Oh yeah, there's the emergency unlock handle.
Oh, hi.
I know those.
I pull on it.
You do.
Let's see.
It's roll athletics.
Oops. Let's see.
Once they're unlocked, they don't have to be done again. They're just unlocked forever.
Okay, so that's just 7 on athletics.
You can't really get it too fast by yourself. Does your friend assist you?
Me?
Yes, with unlocking the door.
I do have cat's claws. No, it's one.
Would give you more purchase.
Nimble claws. I can
Yes.
use them as thieves' tools.
That means
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
you can.
opposable thumbs.
You can try to roll to pick the lock. It's totally
I
possible.
thought she unlocked it though already.
No, she's trying to.
Oh,
Through
okay.
the emergency unlock, which is an incredibly heavy lever that takes a lot of time. It's supposed to be a gear system that slows it down.
My strength is terrible.
That's
So
the
is
whole point
mine.
of these lockdowns, is to slow every movement down in this ship. And to prevent things that are stupid from opening
Good.
doors.
shake on it, otherwise I'll continue rolling out ones.
Did you roll that one?
No, it's a
No.
12.
Okay, I was worried for a moment.
It's a base roll.
Okay,
You can use my dice, so I've got like a nat 20 and like 18s and 19s.
I'm pretty sure you're proficient with your claws. What's your proficiency bonus?
2.
Cool, so 14.
Plus my sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, plus your sleight of hand. What was that?
It's another 2. And then I've also got this fancy, where
So
did it go?
16 plus...
Breath of Knowledge that allows me to, after a long rest, I can apply proficiency to either 2 skills, 2 tools, or 1 of each, and I've momentarily applied them to acrobatics and sleight of hand.
Okay, so you unlock this door. While your robotic warforged friend is pulling this heavy lever, doing its best to basically like "Rrrr," this thing down.
I just like sneaking. I'm like,
It takes like 2 minutes, but you do manage to pick this lock, and the door just kind of like opens, and your friend gets kind of like slammed by the lever.
Sorry, buddy.
I stand back up, unfazed.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that door is open now. Which door was that?
Let's say it was the one that does not lead downstairs.
I understood that.
The problem is, it doesn't go anywhere. It's a dead end.
Darn it!
So we want to go to the...
Okay, let's just pretend that the next door is much easier to open.
But you would know that one of those is... you do know that there is supposed to be a door there
Oh.
on the hallway you've opened up to.
It's true, it's just highly reinforced.
Oh, it's
Very
not
good.
even visible anymore. You can try to look for it if you want.
Sir, is that an investigation or?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I rolled a nat 1, so I run into the wall.
This ship has a weird thing in this part. There's a 5-foot chasm at the end of this hallway that's just that's this crack that's opened up in the wall, and there's this sort of bleeding, like, reddish sort of dust and tendrils and, like, things just sort of, like, wiggling on the edges of it. And, let me roll a die. Boom. Okay. For a moment, there's this sort of moment, it slithers back a bit, kind of puckers up, and then throws and spits something out. Hey, this is a good time to introduce your character.
Perfect. Right.
Out of the void
This
comes.
Okay, so I just exist. I wasn't
Yes, you
actually
are in the
paying
room
attention.
in the hallway with these two.
Right here.
Right. So
Put yourself vaguely around that area so we know where you are.
I just exist now, and
You've been hurled into a strange place, a corridor of all sorts of machines. You're staring at this strange golem and a cat person.
hello.
They're both
A
short.
cat with giant,
Two very
giant
small
glasses.
individuals. And you have these small little red things on you that are just kind of like wiggle wobbling, but they don't seem very hostile. They're just sort of like worms.
I've got
Right.
one that's floating by me.
So the name's Signorin, and I guess I'll describe him. He's got like slight mustache. He's got a satchel. That's about all he's got actually.
I love the voice.
He's half elf, but really tan actually. If that helps. And that's basically all he is.
None of their characters would know.
I just got here. What's going on?
Well, there's a lockdown and there's stuff. And this is my little friend, so don't hurt him. He's on our side. This is my other friend. He's really cool. Or he, or it. I'm not sure. He doesn't say much though, but he's made mechanical stuff and it's awesome.
I pull together a psychic link and explain like beings from nightmarish beings from hyperspace are breaking into the ship.
Right. I don't know what hyperspace is, but it sounds fun. He takes a drink out of his bag and just takes a swig.
Hyperspace is similar to a dimension that you can travel through at high speeds, but there are beings in that dimension that you don't want to mess with.
Right. Sounds fair.
He nods.
Yeah, so we're trying to get out of
The
here.
small friend above your shoulder buzzes slightly.
Yeah. It's
All right.
okay. You're cool.
Right. So where we go next?
Well, somebody's been prepping an investigation check for a while. she's gonna cast that dice right at my face, right between the eyes.
It's gonna make a 13.
Cool. You are aware that there was a door here, and
And it's gone now.
and you know that it was supposed to be near the other door, just one door to another, and this hallway ended in a kind of a dead end anyway. Which he's at.
Okay.
Yeah, he really appeared from. So.
There is.
So you know the door's on the other end from where he came in, but you still can't see it. It's a bit odd.
And we'll put my little paws on the wall and be like, there is something here somewhere. And I don't know where it's at. But it's somewhere here.
Right. That's very helpful. Any other clues?
I rolled a nat 1 for my perception check, so I
Right.
don't see anything. I can't even see what she's pawing at.
Yeah,
So-
did she like go momentarily blind from that nat one?
I don't know. Something happened.
I consider,
Do
but
not perceive.
Instead of going blind, perhaps you get too aware. Perhaps you begin to see what's not in the ship. And for a moment, you are consumed by the sheer terror of knowing things you definitely didn't want to know.
I just go very still for a minute and just stare into space.
Right, so I'm gonna knock on the wall that she said something was at.
Go ahead, you knock on the wall, you hear it's hollow.
Alright, sounds hollow to me. Does anyone know how to break through this wall?
Little buddy, can you pull it through there and unlock the wall?
It slithers into the corner and like vanishes into the corner. And then there's this slapping on the other side of the wall.
I'm very moist.
You hear this little like zippy zappies and little slappies and little buzzes.
Sneer just takes another
It comes
drink.
back through the corner and lands kind of behind you and is just kind of not doing anything.
Aww.
It is in fact not proficient with thieves' tools.
I will pet it and say,
It was a good try. I appreciate your help. Alright, well, I guess the dice will go to the proficiency and the thieves' tool stuff. I'll try and
Yeah, on investigation you do find a very well disguised hatch. Wasn't supposed to be that well disguised though. It looked exactly like the wall. But you do get to it eventually after trial and error, and you do manage to pick it because it is not in fact something you have to do quickly. But you do eventually open this door, and it opens, and you can go into this next room.
Which one is the room that we're going in? There's two of them here.
Probably the one that's directly across from the door you opened earlier.
Oh, okay, right there.
Like I mentioned.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm very distractible.
Don't make this
It's in my
happen.
nature. The pit them right on my
This room
flaw.
doesn't have a noticeable door either, at first glance.
Great. Amazing.
Oh yeah, this lockdown has been just so slow for you.
So, do
We
you
can
mean
just
lockdown?
go-
Let's hide all the doors,
This
play hide
room
and seek
is
with all the
room
doors.
6, and
this is room 6, you said?
yeah, this is room 6, and well, this room isn't what it was before.
Wait, what?
There's this great, massive skull
Oh,
on one of the walls. This emerged from the steel and the titanium walls, and it's just this vaguely skeletal thing made out of a wall.
that's a
And
dirty.
then there is a kind of like fungal growths that have just started to creep across corners and half the walls. And yeah.
Right, but does the skull move?
On occasion it just kind of like has these little like almost reddish glows in the eyes that sort of twitch. But other than that, nothing.
Right, I will approach the skull and with a loud voice say, "Hello."
Governor.
The skull does not respond at all.
Even to that
Alright.
wondrous accent.
I know, right? It's so lame.
I love it.
Artie will go up with its 3 paws in the traditional Vulcan mind meld, and he will perform.
Wait,
He
what?
will perform his mind meld to the skull.
Mate, what are you
It does
doing?
not mind melt. There is no mind to melt with. You try to mind melt a stone, it is uncomfortable and
Wait,
unpleasant.
the wall is made of stone and it's also a skull.
Roll a wisdom saving throw because that hurt.
You concentrated so hard.
Try to mind melt with a rock.
If you treat everything like a person, everyone
Oh my
else
god, but like there's gonna be some sort of something going on in here. You said wisdom?
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Yeah, okay, let me roll the
Ouch.
sanity table.
No! Again!
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you begin to speak in rock. But really what you're doing is you're kind of like jittery a bit, and you just kind of like get this wide-eyed look, and you just kind of like fall over, and you're just kind of like chittering to yourself, but you think you're doing this amazing, eloquent description of this conversation with this glorious soul.
Right, mate, what you want about?
But after about 5 minutes, you come to realize you're on the floor, and then you're just looking at the ceiling.
What just happened? That wasn't at all what I remember.
What did you see? You fell over and then you started speaking like Like, you know, like the sound of two stones grinding against each other. That's what came out of your mouth.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, alright, now let's go to our dwarf friend who's stuck in a room.
Hello.
Like us.
Okay, what were you trying to do?
Hey, Dave. You're in the room with me now.
I am in the room.
And there's a door out of the room.
Let's get out of here. This place sucks. There's this one guy.
I don't know, I've had some pretty fun stuff.
He just
fun so
phased
far.
through the floor, and he's dead now.
Yeah?
He's just like
There's
crushed
no
to
sign of this
death.
ever happening.
I found a space slug and some spiders.
You like want to see him? You
I
wanna
don't like
look at
this.
jar?
Let's get out.
Another wisdom saving throw as you try to escape.
Oh, do I have to do that too?
No, you're not in the room.
I am in the room.
Oh, also, when you
Oh,
came
you
in,
walked right in like,
I have the spiders.
No, I walked in flexing because I've been really proud of myself.
Oh, that's
with
true. You
these
did
doors.
roll a
Look
natural
at my
20, so you do give
spiders.
yourself, like,
I'm a
plus
kobold,
the
so I'm like
muscle.
tiny.
Oh, okay.
just so you know,
That's cool.
Yeah.
when you walked in the room,
Yes.
I was like falling over, trying to open up a wall. There's a door right next to it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it
you-
looked like
you
he was trying
walked
to
through the
open the
door?
door, but he was all trying to open the wall.
And he's like right
I'm
next
just
to
not
it.
gonna. I'm just not gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm gonna go try and open the door.
Oh, alright. Okay. Both wisdom throws first.
19.
Okay, you're fine for once.
Yeah.
14.
Cool, you're both fine. The room kind of hazes a bit. All the walls are still a bit off, but you're fine for now.
Yay.
You go do an athletics on the door.
Yeah. Athletics.
Get me out of this
Athletics.
place.
Okay. Again, my athletics is +0, so it's all just raw dice rolling here. 2.
You fail.
My luck stopped.
You can't even pull this thing. You think you actually pulled something when you flexed.
I got a
You
nat
flexed
20
so
the
hard
first door and an 18.
that you actually you're just like, you know what? This door must be stuck. They didn't grease it enough.
I'm just gonna turn to the dwarf and be like, it can't be done.
I'm gonna try to open it again.
All right, this time you can actually get to it.
Yeah.
And someone did see it. See you fail to get the door. But yes, you can athletics check this door, totally.
One away from that one.
11.
Cool. It takes you like 5 minutes, so roll another wisdom saving throw, but you will get it open if you pass.
14.
Cool. You open the door, no more problems. This door pops open.
We're out. We're free.
And you guys look into the room, number 17.
It's that big hallway room thing.
Yeah, it's a big hallway-like room. This room has another locked door at one of the edges on the north side.
More locked doors.
It's very well locked.
Design this
Oh
shit.
no.
And there's another locked, less well locked door at the east side. And really, this room is just empty. It's normal.
We're free. We're free from
A normal room.
the cloud of crushing.
There was a cloud of
Stuff.
crushing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crushed the other guy
Ooh,
into
we
the
should.
floor, and now he doesn't exist.
Do we know which way the based on our knowledge of the ship, do we know which way the control room would be, or like where the
Yeah,
captain
it's
would
in
be?
front.
Yeah,
Very
we're-
front.
That's where I'm going. I'm
Yeah,
going
let's go to
this
the
way.
front. Let's carry on. Let's move through that
Why are we
door.
over here then?
Locked. I will use my massive muscles to open it.
Okay, you do that.
Muscle time.
That's an 8.
Okay. You take like 20 minutes to open this door. Dwarf friend, you want to assist?
I'm gonna assist on that. 19.
Yeah, you come up behind him and you just yank it. And it takes like 2 minutes, but you still open it
I
up.
can just see like this
Dave.
dwarf comes up, shoves him out of the way, and like
Alright,
grabs
yeah,
it.
pretty much dig
The next door opens,
Let's be
you guys
honest.
enter into the 13th room.
I'm
Dave,
2'11".
how did you even get in my room?
Which one is
13 right there.
Now,
I haven't seen you open a
I'll
single
respond
door.
with flexing my
I know.
tiny bulge
the
muscles.
13th room has a locked door. This one has a weird, like, bunch of symbols written on it.
Oh no.
And then there's a just another normal one on the south side. So the north one has symbols on it. The south one, which you unlocked, seems to be normal. But roll a perception check, please.
Okay.
Actually, what's your passive? Just give me your passive.
That's a perception 12.
So, your character.
My wisdom's
human,
+2,
was he?
so whatever that becomes.
Half
12.
human, half elf.
Cool. So you guys do just fine.
So he's got
you
like
hear
point
some
ears, but
soft
same
chitter
as
chattering
just
noise
normal otherwise.
from
And what was
inside
your
this
class?
room.
He's a wizard, but not really.
And as you enter this room,
Not really.
you essentially get attacked. A bunch of small rat-like things with really gross,
Oh, yeah.
almost,
You were the
just
the guy with.
nasty teeth.
How small are we talking?
That's about the size of a human soccer ball.
Oh, I thought you were just
Of a
gonna
human
stop
soccer
at human.
ball.
Well, okay, so that's like what, 1
It's a
foot?
small rat, just the size of a human.
So those are like half my size?
It's the ROUSs.
Rats of unusual size.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them. Roll initiative.
I'm just
Yay.
picturing a human rolled
Oh.
up really tight into a soccer ball shape.
5.
It's like a
I
circus.
just want to know, I'd be in the back of the
Like a
room.
morph ball.
Yeah, probably.
I'd be the, well, because he opened it. So.
Yeah, you'd let me go first.
That is
Spinal injuries.
16?
Cool. What'd you get?
5.
Cool. So you go first, kobold friend.
Okay, so there's these little rat things?
Yeah, 3 little rat things that have decided you're food.
How far away from me are they?
They're about 10 feet away. They were muttering around in the corners, looking for snacks. that
Okay.
They've decided.
This is
to
where I
want.
have to decide if it's worth shooting them.
Probably.
These creatures really like face meat, so yeah.
Oh,
the
you've
best
seen
part.
that?
Well, their friend, also from this weird dimension, likes face meat.
Okay, I am going to. Yeah, this is a hard decision, but I'm going to cower pathetically.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, so you're gonna try to use your ability.
it's an ability. Yep, once per long rest. I can cower pathetically, and my allies get advantage on any enemies that are within 10 feet of me.
Totally, you can do that.
So I am cowering pathetically.
Well, I'm behind him. I think because they feel like, oh shoot, I have to be responsible.
How does this carrot pathetically look exactly?
I am.
Give us a
behind
demonstration.
I'm behind the dwarf, and I've got him like I'm basically just fetal position behind the dwarf.
I have a glaive. I'm gonna poke the rats from 10 feet away.
Is it a 10-foot long glaive?
I don't know. All I know is I have
I don't know what a
10-foot
glaive
range.
is. What?
All I know
Whoa.
is I have a range of 10
His
feet.
arms are the glaive are 10 feet at least.
Wow.
Just 10-foot arm.
Well, that matches up so perfectly with that matches up so perfectly with my 10-foot radius. Getting advantage.
Fortunately for them, they go first.
Oh,
They attack you because you are big and you are hiding their food. Because they think he looks delicious.
Don't eat me!
One of them nat ones and
He has presented
bites
himself
your
to us
knife
on a
and
silver
just
platter.
gets stabbed in the face.
ouch.
And roll damage on that one, please. One of them basically kills itself on your glaive. It decides the glaive is delicious.
12.
What's your AC as well?
His glaive not
15.
delicious.
Yeah. So you totally cut one of these in half as it just decides to jump on your knife. And then now
So
what, okay?
reasonable.
Yeah, then it actually one of them bites at you but can't really get purchased, and the other one goes and actually manages to pierce your armor.
Oof.
It's hideous, gross teeth. Kind of almost like, and then kind of this hissing, corrosive feel to them. And they're going to roll for damage.
Really?
Alright, well, you take 2 damage, and then you take another 1 of poison. Oof. Are you resistant to poison? Because then you won't take that.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, you won't take 2. But you feel like, oh shoot, that was poisoned.
Okay, is it my turn now?
Yeah.
I'll poke them.
Roll a hit.
Poke. Sitting there poking rats.
This is what we do with our lives.
16 to hit.
Cool, you nail one of them. Roll damage.
8 damage.
Yeah, you split one in half.
Poke.
It's just this half split in half rat now. It's just gross, and there's this little, and the thing has just begun to like degrade in the strange atmosphere to itself.
Good job.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
You're still in
Wait,
the
what
fetal
was the,
position. You
what
can't
was
do
the effect
anything.
that your
No, like
cowering gives
peek
me?
out and be like, yay.
Makes you better.
What?
What does your cowering do to me? Like
You get
what does it-
advantage on attack rolls against them in 10 feet.
Yeah, you got advantage. So you just murdered it anyway.
Okay.
Because you're so inspired to protect me.
Yeah. All right. It's your turn again.
Okay.
There's only 1 rat left.
There's one left?
Yeah.
Okay, I can say 1 rat.
It's hissing and spitting and terrified.
Okay, I'm gonna start
This one
flying.
is smarter than the other 2. Okay, you fly.
Smart
You can
rat.
take off the backpack.
What? Yeah, I'll drop the
Oh,
backpack.
you should
on the
keep
ground.
this smart rat.
Yeah, you probably have to do that in your backpack, so a little too.
Add to our
Yeah.
friend group.
Well, I hide the wings behind the backpack. We get
Oh, your
So-
secret revealed.
Yeah, I'll drop the backpack on the ground,
This is
and
my final four.
I will fly, and I will try and stab it with my dagger from above.
Oh, you try to like fly pounce it.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Roll a hit.
Okay. It's plus dex, right, for dagger?
Yeah. It can be. It's a dagger. It's a finesse weapon, so you can choose.
Oh, then it's definitely dex because I have 0 strength. That's a 17 to hit.
Cool. You nail it.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Okay. And since it's finesse, I'd also be able to add. I'm not proficient. I guess I'm proficient in simple weapons, so I guess that's.
You can roll your damage and your.
So
you
it's-
don't
so
roll
it's a D4
proficiency to
though.
damage. I don't think.
No. Okay.
But you just roll your bonus dex mod to it. So you just take your dex to it. Your damage.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I was saying. Okay, so but it's a D4 for a dagger.
Yeah, D4.
That's a 4. What? That's 8
Oh, damn,
damage.
you just stab it in the face and and it lets out this little ratty scream and then dies.
Oh, I wasn't
A
smart
knife in
enough.
its face.
You can add it to your belt.
And yeah, it's dead. There's no more rats in the room, and it looks
What's
like
left of the rat?
the rat with a knife in its face. It's actually pretty well preserved.
Can I jar it?
You may. You have a rat in a jar. Write that down. This is useful.
A rat in the jar. I think we need to establish how many jars I have.
You have an unlimited amount of jars because I'm curious to see what you do with them.
He's gonna make one really big jar.
Technically, those are diarrhats. So respect their diarrhea authority.
Entire rat authority.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
they're really good at dying, I guess. That's the.
Yeah. Cool. So there's one door that leads forward that you can see. Would you like to roll like investigation or perception or
On
something?
the door?
On the universe? I don't know.
I would like to investigate the universe, please.
The answer is 42.
You are incorrect.
Your
math is bad.
I'll read on my
Carry the
backpack.
2.
I will read on my backpack and my pride. And I will, I'll roll for investigating.
Cool. Well,
Not good.
cool.
That's a 10.
Cool. It's just that door. This room is empty other than a rat carcass on the floor that's still dust emitting.
Okay. Turn to our dwarf friend and be like, door.
Okay.
I love this conversation.
You guys are so articulate.
There was a thing back there. Oh yeah, I know, man.
10.
Cool. It takes you like 10 minutes to open this door. And well, this is the final door before the actual navigation room.
Okay.
But so we're gonna go to the other three now.
Right.
You three, you are in your room.
Yeah.
It's the 6th room.
I thought we're in room 3. Oh no, wait,
No, we're in room
six.
6.
Yep, I
You're
see
in
it
6, gosh dang it.
now. My rating is really bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be.
Uh,
Yeah. There's an invisible door, but you know there is one because you've been through it. You just can't remember
So there's
where it was.
Well, I've
so
been
this
through
room
it.
is basically a dead end.
Feels like it, but
Okay.
there's no other way to get through. And you know that, but you just can't figure out where the door was.
So there's a
Like,
door here.
There was. It's somewhere.
I bet it's inside the skull.
I
go
don't
inside.
remember walking through the skull when we came in here.
There was not, in fact, a skull when you came in here.
Can you? Is like the jaws open or are they closed?
Oh, they're open.
Oh, you can stick your hand in there if you want.
Here goes. I jump in.
Okay, roll an acrobatic. Well, athletics. Let's roll athletics for a jump.
Yeah, not good. 10.
Okay, you jump into the wall. Fall onto the floor. You have hit the wall. You do know it's hollow though.
Right. So the wall is hollow.
So there's probably something on the other side that isn't just miles. Well, not miles, but tons of stuff in the way. It seems like there's something else.
Right. So maybe we have to open the skull and we give it like a sacrifice or something, and then it will open
well,
for us.
thank you for volunteering. You can
No,
go.
no, not me. Do we have any
So-
like small non-essential?
Not essential. Everything is essential. What are you talking about?
There's a cat.
So
Maybe it wants something like.
So I
Right
rolled an
there.
Arcana check 21.
Cool.
that
Yeah,
tiny?
this is really weird and magical.
Okay.
And
Makes
there's
sense.
probably something to do here, but you have no idea what.
Okay.
There's a bunch
So this is a manifestation of something, but you don't know what.
The other side is like fungus and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's just fungus on the other walls that's just slowly creeping.
I'm
Maybe in
gonna
an
go-
hour it'll get across the other wall.
You know that's interesting.
I'm gonna go like investigate that real quick. So that's a 19.
Cool. This fungus is otherworldly. It makes little shimmer noises and like, little shimmies every now and then.
Guys.
It's probably sentient in some way because it seems to respond to your movements. It doesn't necessarily attack you, but it is moving.
The boss is sentient.
It moves towards me,
No, it just sort of
like responds.
it's like in a lot of
So-
ways the fungus points at you, it's caps at you, but it doesn't actually do anything. It knows the fungus nearby you points at you and then just moves on.
How do you communicate with fungus?
Like this. My mind. Your mind.
Here we go again.
You're gonna try to mind melt?
I will try to mind build with the
Do you
fungus.
have a mind meld thing?
I do.
Or are you just making that up?
No,
Okay,
I have a
She does have mind melt.
okay, I was like sitting here like, are you just BSing?
She actually mind melded with the little jellyfish thing, and it's not her friend.
No,
Yeah.
guys, I totally have mine
And
now.
that was like totally by accident, apparently. What am I adding from my mind build?
Your intelligence and your proficiency.
My intelligence already has a proficiency in it, so that makes a 14.
So 14
Stuff, unless you're a thief
This is
or a
fungus,
rogue, like
and
you
it
were
is
before.
very. It's like, oh, people. Oh, I'm fungus. It's very simple. It's just like we must go.
Right.
They're on the great journey
So-
across the wall.
Across the wall. Okay.
They are going to the other corner where they shall establish a great kingdom.
Right, so I'm fairly certain that
They
fungi.
are confused about the giant inhabitants of this land, but they are okay with it.
Don't worry, we won't be here for very long. Do you know how to get through the skull?
Do they look fairly?
They have no idea. They have not seen the skull.
Okay,
They
well,
are in fact incapable of seeing the skull.
Do they look fairly attached to the wall?
Yeah, they look pretty attached.
Could I take one?
You try.
I'm gonna take one.
Okay, roll athletics. It squeaks.
9.
And it kind of lets out a little squeak, and then it launches its cap at you. And it doesn't do any damage, but it flicks off your face. And it's just kind of like the little mushroom wilts.
Oh.
And there's little spores that go everywhere. And it just sort of becomes this loose husk on the wall, and you eventually manage to pull off what is essentially this little, almost like stump. It's very gnarled, it's very small, it's just sort of gross, fungal wreckage. There's a little cap on the floor, too. It's
That's
sort of
sad.
withering up.
I was gonna put one onto the skull.
I
But
don't.
that
I
didn't
don't
work.
think the boss.
See if they could eat it or something.
No, I don't think the boss is gonna do much with it. So, well, I wish the fungus good luck in its journeys and its colony development. May they build a great kingdom to conquer this room, but
Huzzah!
only after we leave.
Excelsior.
That's the other fungus empire.
They are very pleased that they have your permission.
Yeah.
They,
Not my ship, but
they
yeah, my
have found
permission.
themselves in good favor with the natives of this strange land.
Wait, guys, maybe we're gods to them.
Oh my goodness. I guess.
Alright.
What's the goal?
I don't know. An investigation check to find the door. I would like
Sure.
to leave.
Roll.
I hadn't thought
Let's
about
see.
that before.
So that's 18. And
Okay, yeah, you find it. It's in the skull. The thing he jumped into, the mouth of it, yeah, the door's there. It's got this weird... it should be more visible. There's clearly stuff going on with doors in this ship nowadays. And you're very aware of this now. You're like, wait a minute. Doors are being hidden again. I used to know where this was. But yeah, you know where this door is, and you can probably try to unlock the door if you want to.
I experimentally stick my spear into the mouth of the thing to see if it's safe to climb inside.
Cool. Yeah, you do.
It doesn't seem to bite,
The
so
skull doesn't do anything.
I mean, I jumped into it.
so in we go. I establish psychic contact to say the door is over here.
Alright, I'll go ahead and sleight of hand that thing with my my nimble claws. I will pick the lock. That is going to be an 8 plus 2 plus 2.
So 12.
I think so. But was there another proficiency that was being added to that or not? Because last time we did.
Sleight of hand, yeah, because you did your thing on it.
But I
So yeah, so 14.
Okay.
That's good enough, since you have unlimited time. You do manage to find the vague outlines of this door, and eventually you get it open. You pop the next door open, and well, let's see what happens. I gotta roll for something. Immediately, two gnashing little rat things turn to you
Hey.
out of like shock, and they let out this soft like scream, and then they just like literally just start running away in this room.
Faces! Going to faces! There they are!
What?
Alright, so the
This room is
rats.
I
room
literally
number
didn't
5
understand that.
that you're going into. It has 12 rat-like things that are hissing and angry and running around this room.
Uh-oh.
The door is unlocked on the other side, but the rats don't seem to like you going into the room.
Alright, well I just told my little jellyfish buddy, there's faces! You can eat those faces!
Alright,
Faces?
Yes.
Alright, it's the jellyfish.
It insisted that faces were delicious.
faces are the best meat.
Any cannibal will tell you that.
It misses horribly.
Oh.
It makes an attempt. It's like, "Arr!" It goes for the pounce and then like slides along the floor, just awkwardly, just like skids, and then it kind of bumps the wall. Yeah, it tried. One of the rats makes an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
It also misses,
Okay.
and they both like tumble together across the floor.
There is a reason why I was the more terrifying thing in that room.
No.
This thing is kind of a ditz.
And rolls
Space
nat
jellyfish.
ones!
What are you
We've
thinking?
got 12 rats to deal with.
Yeah, it's 12 of these little rat boys.
I'm interested in just finding the door.
There's a door on the other side.
Off I go.
Alright, as you go through, you take attacks of opportunity from rats.
12 rats.
Okay. Come at me, boys. I have a flaming
your AC?
stabby. It's 15.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4 are gonna hit you.
That's like a fourth of them.
They're gonna roll damage.
I only have 11 HP. What if I get murdered by a rat?
Just killed by
Just
rats.
halfway
Just
through.
ignores the rats, walks to the other side, and dies.
So you're gonna take 6. You take 6 piercing because 4 rats just bite into you. And, well, you're resistant to poison, I think, right?
I don't know.
Since you're sort of a robot. Sort of.
Sort of a robot.
No,
Like a cyborg robot. Oh, you're not?
no mention in my
no.
notes about Warforged about that.
Oof. Starforged, sorry. Rough times.
Okay.
Well, you take 3 more poison damage.
Alright. So I have
2 HP.
two.
Yeah, these rats just pile onto you and start biting you with this hissing, spitting noise, and you are surprised by just how... You gotta remember, these are the size of a soccer ball each. They're pretty big.
Well, they were scurrying around in the corners, so I thought things.
You thought you were safe from the rats. Anyway,
true, they're very
one of the
scary.
rats probably got too close to your
I recommend
cat friend
powering
or
in
pouncing.
fear.
You can make an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Ooh, yes. I will pull out my stick. And you're like, ha ha! Stick
Time
time!
rat.
That's what this was for the whole time.
Killing rats.
Right.
Sticks.
So that makes an 18 to attack.
Cool. Yeah, you hit. Roll damage.
Sure. You said a D8. Okay. How many There.
What are you aiming for, by the way?
The rat that you said I had the
Yeah,
attack.
part of the rat.
What the heck?
Okay. Just want to know so I know for flavor.
Okay. That one's spiky. 1.
Alright, well, you don't kill it, but you give it a firm bop, and the rat looks ashamed.
Do I add?
You add your dex.
That'd be 3.
Cool. So it's not dead yet, but it does look like you've hit it very hard. It kind of grasps its head with its little claws, and it's just like, yeah.
I'll be like,
It's got a
alright,
really bad headache, and it's kind of like stumbling away.
jellyfish
It
buddy.
has no idea what's going on.
That one's prone. You can eat that
The
one.
jellyfish buddy is locked in this entanglement of it and a rat that are both just sort of like not sure what they're doing.
It's complicated.
Well,
Are they gonna be in a relationship or something?
I don't know.
Posting up it's complicated.
The jellyfish is
Roll
just.
for it, okay? Now, the rats are gonna make their move.
Right.
What's your guys' initiatives?
Probably
Just
not.
what's your
I
dex
had-
mods?
2.
Plus
0.
What's
Dex,
yours?
Dex mod is +2.
Cool. So the rats will move before you.
Right. Great. Fantastic.
So you can make a move, and you can make a move, and then he will make a move after the rats.
Alright, so he hurriedly tears off his doll face mask, and underneath is
Oh my.
what was once actually the face of a toy. It's considerably smaller, which is kind of creepy.
What's going on?
Yeah, you walked in the middle of something there.
Which is like
That's what
creepy
Senora
because
does.
it's
There's a reason I saw
within-
them and went into hypersleep like the whole time.
Which is like it's unsettling, but like it was a cloth face at one point. There's some plastic as well that's fraying off, and it has no eyes anymore. But he hurriedly like dumps a potion, one of his healing potions, down his throat and quickly replaces the mask.
Cool. That's your action, I think, right?
Mate, you-
It's a greater
You
potion
got
of
us.
Cool, yeah.
Meanwhile, this little
That's
cat
like what?
paw
2
reaches over to where the mask
D8s
is.
or whatever? It's pretty big.
healing. Oh, okay,
2d8
nice,
HP, I think.
very nice.
Greater potion of healing. I don't know if it's on my
Yeah.
head. It's good. It's gonna full heal you.
Oh, that's a 10. All right, very cool.
So what'd you
Let's
get?
see, 7 and 4. Nice.
To your full health.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I expected. All right. Yeah. So what else are you gonna do with your turn? Bonus action.
I'm going to grab one of the ceremonial daggers, the ceremonial dagger, singular, and quickly start stabbing at one of the rats that's on me. Okay. 2d4. Wait, that's not a d4. Oh wait, roll the hit. Oh, it's a nat 1.
Oh yeah, you make this attempt, and you just slam the ceremonial dagger into the floor.
There wasn't a test.
It's just in the floor, sword in the stone style. And the rat just kind of like teases you. It's like, eh. it's standing on your dagger now. It's laughing at you.
Let's see. So,
You feel very frustrated with this rat.
Yes. And with my focus with mental fear, I can only get a charisma check advantage, so nothing that I can use. Alright. That's it.
Cat person.
Alright, well, Artie has. Where did he go? Swift Step, which gives me. I can pass through pursuers without choosing or without sending a provoke of an opportunity.
Yep.
So he's gonna do that. He's gonna go across the room, find that door.
Alright, well, you can go across the room and get to the door.
And
It's.
then he's going to attempt to pick the lock on it again.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand plus your thing.
With all the things.
Yeah, it's gonna probably work. It's not locked.
It's not locked.
Nope.
Oh well.
But you decided to sleight of hand pick it anyway. The door's picked.
All the doors have been locked at this point.
Lock fix it.
You didn't
Locked.
know it was
You should listen to me, or else you're
choose
gonna
you,
waste
door.
your turn. So you try to pick the open door, and you pick it. It's locked, but it's open. And then you realize you just relocked it and you unlock it again.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, oh, whoops.
Okay. Well, the door's open.
Ah. Is that your turn? Because it's your move and your action.
Yeah.
Help me! They're gonna bite me again. They might kill me this time. This is the psychic message I send to you.
I'm just trying to think what I can do in a bonus action. I can't attack in a bonus action, can I? Or could the door unlock
With a light weapon, you can.
with a light weapon?
You won't get your mod to the damage because you don't have proficiency bonuses.
Okay, what
You're
matter.
not like two-hand fighter. You don't get any of that, but you could try. You can do the normal damage of a knife. Vaguely inflict at something.
I do have pneumatic arrow.
Why are you going to do that? I'm going to make the rats.
That takes an action, so
Nope. So you're not doing anything
I guess not.
Rats.
since you didn't have to play.
It's the rat boy's turn.
Okay, well, two rats managed to bite you. One of them makes a pounce at you since you're at the door, and you get hit.
I get hit.
Yeah, because two of them made an attempt and failed.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay. You take two. You take 2 damage because they rolled really poorly, and you take 4, and one of those is poison.
ow!
I'm 2.
Yeah, just 2 more damage.
Alright.
See, rats
Wait,
don't
the one
like
that hit
me.
me, what did it roll?
Ticks
Well,
up
you're
the
in
drink.
the back. You haven't moved yet. Everyone else is in the front and running around the room.
She's like,
Plus, you're bigger, and yeah, that's their munchy turn. The rest of them are just hissing and spitting, and one of them's just wrestling with your little squid thing. They're just like slapping each other. It's really pathetic.
Oh,
I
boy.
did roll for them. And it's your turn.
Right. So,
You have a room full of rats, and your 2 friends are just getting dogged on
we're
by
too
rats.
short to deal with this properly.
right.
What kind of cat are you?
I'm
She's
a
a talking
mechanic
house
cat.
How many
I'm not
rats
a
do we have left?
traditional
How
hunter
many
cat.
rats do
I'm
we've got left?
just- I'm more focused to
They haven't
mechanical
killed a
things.
single one.
So all 12 of them
Your-
still.
Your pupils dilate.
Right.
Yeah, we only have
Tail
like what,
flukes.
3?
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
12
yeah.
rats.
they're not hard to kill. They have 4 HP.
I never killed a single
Kick
one.
them real good.
Their damage is D4.
Right.
They'll do poison if they roll 4 on it.
Alright.
They're literally weak. I can't make them weaker.
Right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Sorry, I'm just being sassy.
It's okay.
No, they didn't.
Right. And so I am going to probably. Are there any like immediately in the vicinity, real close to me?
No, not really. They're just all your friends and all over the room.
Right. Right.
You got about 5 feet between you and any
And
rats.
one of them is slightly tangled up with your jellyfish.
Okay, it's hers.
Jellyfish. Right. So
I'm not sure what's going on.
instead of engaging in this mess, I'm gonna stay like stepped back the way I am, and just presumably, Senyarin is going to assume that there's just like, since this is like close quarters, it's a building, and so he's gonna teleport one of the rats up 1 floor.
Are you sure? You don't know what's up before.
Exactly. All I know is it gets the rat out of the way.
Alright, you can try. You have to roll for that.
I do, but that's only for the crazy things, and it costs me my teleports, so I have none anymore, because I targeted the rat.
Alright, roll for it.
So that's a 7, so we're okay. Nothing crazy happens.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, this rat just goes and falls through the floor, and then you hear a thump on the roof. And then you hear skittering. Anyway, yeah.
Right, so I got rid of one of the rats, guys.
Or it's like gonna come back later at like the worst time.
It's just gonna fall through into the ship.
It'll be night, people will be resting, all of a sudden this rat will just appear and say, forgot about me, did you?
That's for future Senyarin to deal with.
It's in my mechanics. It's in my mechanics. Get it out.
Right, so it's a cantrip, so I guess that's my turn.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, it's your turn.
Alright.
You put your dagger under the floor. It's a very nice dagger. There's a rat on it. It's in you.
I don't care as much about him. I'm just gonna grab one of them that's on me and try to throw them off, so that would be a dex.
Don't throw them in
I
me,
think
please.
it'd be athletics because you're trying to grab it and throw
Oh
it.
no.
So like they have to beat you in a contest. So
Contest of strength.
Well, that's bad. 'Cause that's just 8.
well, it loses.
Alright.
It's a rat.
And you throw this rat. Where do you throw it?
Into a corner.
Cool. I'm gonna roll for rat thrown damage. It's not dead, but it's sorely like ouch.
Okay.
And
This
it's
rat
just not
should
very
skip
happy
out.
with its life.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to do that again if I'm allowed.
Sure.
With my other hand. Oh good, that's a nat 20.
Shoot, this rat rolled really well, but not well enough.
Roll the first rat
roll
into the
damage.
second.
Just roll unarmed attack.
What would that be?
D4 plus strength.
Actually, what's your strength modifier?
Just +1.
+1. So you're gonna do 1 + 1 because you're not trained in it.
Right.
And then you're gonna do that twice, so you do 4 points of damage.
And it's dead.
Melee hands, and you kill this rat,
Just
slamming it into the floor, and it just collapses.
Alright, I feel
It was a
better.
vicious throw.
I feel better.
You still have a rat on you, but you know you're finer than that.
I think I'm out of moves anyway.
Yeah. All right, cat friend, Artie.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is me. Alright, I guess I will use my cat's claws to unarmed strike the nearest rat.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Now you're letting your cat instincts come out.
Embrace your destiny.
Eat the rats.
eat the rat.
Slay the
Take
rat,
their
enjoy
faces for
me
your own.
tonight.
Take the faces.
Is that
What have I
gonna
got
be-
myself into?
Now, is this gonna be strength or dex?
Yeah, there's some
Dex.
weird face stuff going
Okay,
on.
well, you know, sometimes unarmed strikes are strength, so
You're
be
using a
considered.
finesse weapon. It's dex. You fool.
It's claws. Is claws finesse?
Yes,
Yes.
you're finesse because they're claws.
Okay.
Think about it.
You can't like brute force with them. You have to.
You can brute
Slash.
force them, or you can dex. They are finesse weapons.
Alright, I
You
believe.
get to choose.
Alright, dex and proficiency is 4 plus 13 is 17.
Yes, you hit. Roll
Okay.
damage.
And
24, I think.
come here, little triangle.
Oh, actually, no, it's not even 1d4. It's your dex mod. It's 1 plus your dex modifier, and you do it as slashing damage, I think.
That sounds fair.
Plus my dex modifier?
So no dice rolling.
No dice.
You don't even need to roll.
So it's 3.
Yeah, so 3 damage. You scar and maim this rat. It's got a slash across its face like it's an anime character, and it's got like one eye that's totally cut, and it looks at you with this like, I will have no revenge.
I love that these rats have more personality than us.
All right, well that rat's pretty maimed. I don't know if
Has
it's able
one
to
hit
fight
point
much
left.
well, but yeah. And then the rats move.
Revenge
great.
I
one
remember
point.
what you did to my master.
There's only
Yo,
6
Hidoyoshi.
rats. Well, no, there's only
How many rats can actually do
there's
things?
9 rats left. You got rid of 3.
Nice.
They attack people randomly and miss most of them. The only 2 things they hit are your jellyfish friend, and they also hit You were the one that was near to that one.
It
So
is gone. It's revenge.
they roll damage, and hey, you take a poison, so you take 2 damage, 1 normal, 1 poison, and you take 1.
Just one? Okay.
Yeah,
Are
they
you
just nibble on
unconscious
you
yet?
Not
aggressively.
yet.
No, I got all my health restored,
So
so they're starting back from my
your
top of
friend
11.
takes
Oh, that's good.
2 points of damage and gets a nice cut through it. And kind of gives the soft.
Oh no, buddy!
So it's not romance.
Alright. The rats have moved. It's your turn again.
Right, so I'm not gonna go into teleport debt because that gets real messy real quick. So I'm just gonna.
There's a couple of rats that have like 1 HP left on them.
Should I just clean up all the
Those rats are
Like
near
them
dead.
out. Yeah, just kind of
just clean up all the rest of the
Yeah.
rats?
please.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair job for me. I'll go and I'll just pick off one of the weaker ones, so by the side, you know.
Senor and the janitor
Senor the janitor.
cleaning up
Okay.
all the.
Right, so I have a fancy little dagger I got from a different place a long time ago. It's pretty good.
Nice.
It is. It's actually cursed. It just tells me to be reasonable over and over again as I'm using it.
Be reasonable.
Now,
Be reasonable.
Right.
you just stab things and it's just like now.
Voices every time. Be reasonable.
So I'm gonna stab the first rat, and that's gonna be a 22.
Nice, that rat's hit.
And then that's some interesting damage.
Yeah, roll damage. And then,
2, 6, 7.
oh wow, yeah, that rat's dead.
3 of it's poison.
Oh, it's just dead. It was just flat dead, and now it's just poisony dead. But it's just basically a stab rat.
Meanwhile, it's like, be reasonable, senor.
Yeah, basically.
Stabbing someone to death is like now.
Yeah, that rat just gets pinned to the floor and lets out this and then it's dead.
Representing my
8
paw.
rats remain.
8.
It's adorable.
8 rats. Alright, so you guys are next. You? Yes, you.
All right. Well,
The epic rat battle is 2019.
Rat battles
Rat
of history.
boys.
all right. Going
One
to
rat made it away. To tell
grab
story.
the knife out of the ground.
Okay. You take
With-
some attack of opportunity.
With the rat on it.
Alright, it does hit you,
Right.
but instead of damaging you, it wants to keep the dagger in the floor, so make an athletics saving.
Once it thinks it's
That's 13?
it's not.
It beats you. The dagger stays.
The rat's like, no, it's mine.
This rat owns this dagger now.
I noticed.
Maybe we should keep him. He seems pretty good.
He's just like, no, it's mine.
Does anyone know how to convince an animal to join us?
Oh, it worked with my little buddy.
You're just like mind meld.
Mine smelled all the rats at once.
I think you can only do it one at a time.
No.
Single target, but you could try. What
So
else are you gonna do?
as a bonus action, I'm going
We
to.
need that rat.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to try to grab the rat that's still on me.
Yeah, cool.
But
Roll
I-
really poorly, you win.
I rolled a 6. Are you sure?
Yeah, I rolled really poorly.
All right.
This is -1.
Grab
No,
it
it
and
was clear.
hurl that one against the nearest wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for rat thrown damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
favorite.
named.
All right.
This is the strangest
There are
thing.
8 rats.
The rats are just covering them and they're throwing them to the side where I'm just like scooping them off one by one and killing them.
There are 8 rats remaining.
This must look really bizarre to anyone watching.
Alright, your turn.
Alright, I'll try to go over to the one that's messing with my jellyfish buddy and finish him off.
Okay. You would provoke attacks of opportunity doing so.
But I will use my swift step again.
Skirt.
You do that, and then you have to try to not mess up. You get disadvantage to hit because they're still fighting. They're rolling around. It's messy.
Oh, wait, I got something. But
It's like a cluster of rat and jellyfish.
okay, hold on. I'm going
Which
to
one do you hit? You're not sure. They're twitchy.
Person.
Oh shoot, that's hilarious. So like, who's got the upper hand in this wrestle? They are evenly matched. I rolled 2d20 is the same number.
They're just locked in an eternal bow.
Alright.
romance.
Artie is going to use his nomadic arrow, nomad discipline, and use his psychic focus, which is not showing that it requires anything, I guess. That's weird.
Nomadic arrow.
Yeah. A psychic focus. And I will focus that discipline on my attack roll so that I can ignore the disadvantage.
You're making a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Just throwing an arrow at a rat.
Well, it could be any ranged weapon.
Oh,
It
really?
just says arrow is flavor. Any ranged weapon, yeah.
Can I turn my
Make
stick
it a
into a
boomerang.
ranged weapon if I throw it?
Just make it a boomerang. It'll come back to you.
Alright, so what'd you roll?
Get to roll.
Please roll.
Okay.
If you're trying to hit things, you gotta roll.
I know. I was trying to look stuff up to figure what I was doing. That's a 16. Base roll.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage, I suppose.
Well, the least amount of damage I can do is 1. Has that thing not been hit at all from the jellyfish? Oh my.
And then the jellyfish have been essentially locked in epic combat,
Oh my.
unable to hurt each other.
Alright.
I love it.
Well, it did hurt the jellyfish. The
believe
jellyfish
this rat
has not
was
been able to
the-
hit the rat, it sounds like.
Oh no.
That's a 5.
Cool. You do a lot of damage. This rat is actually unconscious.
I thought they had 4 HP each.
Oh, they do.
It's a player now.
That's right. He's technically unconscious because he's a.
The rat falls over dramatically.
There we go. There you go, little
It
buddy.
hasn't actually been hit.
It's a love
It
story.
pretends to die. It's very obvious.
Alright, little jellyfish buddy, you can use faith now. He's not gonna attack you anymore.
The jellyfish is not convinced. It looks at you, it looks at the rat, it looks at you, it's just like, okay, whatever.
Don't lie to me.
And it's just like, I'm done with this. It just floats by your shoulder.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried. I'm sorry.
It slaps you.
Ow.
Gently.
Okay.
Does no damage,
I'll
but you
stroke
can
it.
tell it's like, why?
I will stroke it.
It
Right.
does not appreciate it.
The rats.
Okay. I'll find you another tasty
You got
face.
sharp, pointy teeth.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so, yeah, is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Cool, well, for the rats, they don't like dying, surprisingly. And, 3 of them just book it. Just running out the door and into the next room and
The dying ones or the
against
ones on
corners,
them?
and most of the injured ones are the ones who flee. There's only 3 left, and let's see if when their friend's morale breaks.
One of them is the jellyfish one.
Oh, we're using
No, yeah, the jellyfish one's not running. It's pretending to be dead.
morale system.
2 more run, because they're just like, well, shit, everyone else is running. 1 remains. The lone samurai.
Is the one with a
1
scar
HP,
across it?
Scar across his face. He's
Is that the one that I
What's
swiped?
he spits out one last hurrah and makes his like last stand.
One last, he like spits out a tooth.
Does he go to like remove the dagger from the floor?
No, there's a rat on that one.
Oh, I thought that one ran.
No, that one's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's on that dagger now.
You said there was like one. that
One
remained.
remains, but there are 3 left.
Okay, one remains standing strong. One rat's on the dagger and it's just there.
It wants the
One rat
dagger.
is in the corner pretending to be dead. And one rat is standing there with like a scar across its face, desperate for revenge. What's your AC?
Mine is 14.
Oh, he misses you. Just barely. You dodge back as he tries to nip you.
Oh, boy.
And he gives you this like,
did to my
he gives you this like,
Hiroyoshi.
let's go. Kind of motion.
My name is Inigo Montoya. Says the rat.
Yeah. So the rats have basically fled. There's 1 left. And there's 1 on the dagger.
And there's the one in the corner.
Yeah, it's just pretending. But the battle's basically over. Because 2 of them aren't fighting, and
One of them is bad.
and one of them's just upset. Very much.
Maybe we can talk him down.
And you hear in the background, finish him.
Can rats be communicated with?
Yes, they can. They have intelligence greater than 2.
Well, I still... Alright, so the battle's over, so no more initiative, but I want my dagger back, so I'm going to just try and swat away the rat that's on it.
Roll.
Just a 10.
Okay. I have to roll for him.
I want the rat to win.
What
He
dice
does
is it?
manage to fail,
Okay, good.
but unfortunately, he's not giving it up. He's still holding the dagger. You pick up a dagger with a rat on it. The rat is kind of grumpy about it, but I guess it accepts its new lot in life.
It lives on the dagger.
But yeah, I'm gonna grab it, pull it off.
Keep the rat.
He slaps your hand with his tail.
It could be useful. Just
He
keep the
gives
rat.
you a
It'll be fun.
reproachful look. You can't remove a rat from his dagger.
Watch me. I'll cast Mantle of Fear again. That was a 15 that time.
Okay.
Get off the dagger.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
This
He ain't
rat.
scared of you. He doesn't look like you ain't scary.
Right, you have to keep
I
this rat
activate
now.
the flames on the dagger.
Did you know how? Anyway, yeah, the dagger like has burning heat, but he's fine. He's on the handle. He's on your hand.
I think the rat is a permanent part of the dagger.
He wraps his tail around your hand and the dagger, and he's just like, no.
Alright, looks like you've got a permanent rat.
Only because the DM has willed it. For
He
now.
rolled a nat 20 on stay on the dagger. He ain't
Oh,
moving nowhere.
that's funny.
I love it.
That rat ain't moving from that dagger. And you get this overwhelming sense in your mind that this rat will not leave this dagger. And you're just like,
I
this
will.
mental pressure, just like, no.
I will bide my time, rat.
The rat's biding its own time.
The rat becomes a major villain in the story arc.
Anyway, so yeah, the rat that was
Sorry.
trying to fight collapses from blood loss.
Oh, poor rat.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk over
Was
to
that the
it.
one that was pretending to be dead?
No,
No,
no, the one with the
it's
scar
across
across
his
his
face.
face.
That tried to leap
It's
at me?
exhausted.
Okay.
Poor bugger.
Revenge.
Alright, well, yeah, that's that battle.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we need to kill the one that's over in the corner pretending to be dead. So it doesn't come back later.
It peaks. And then it's like, oh shoot, this
I think at this point, Artie's cat instincts will come back into play, and he will jump on all fours and pounce on the rat.
Roll an acrobatics check.
We-
Trying to be precise about it.
We went from combat to chasing mice around the ship.
It's a very specific form of combat.
Kitty combat.
That's going to make a 14.
Cool. Yeah, you pounce on it. It squeaks and panics. It rolls around and it's like, no! It's been pounced on. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, it gets beat up. Because you're big and you don't care and you're mean. Yeah, it takes like 2 points of damage. It's beaten up.
And then I will grab it and go, yeah. Like cats do.
Right, when you try to, you get too close and it tries to bite your face.
Ah!
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it nips your nose. You take 2 points of damage.
Oh.
This has happened.
And yeah, you're
Right.
forced to drop it.
No! Come back!
And then it flees out into the next room.
Alright.
Ah.
Makes
The,
a getaway.
the rat
Hold
that's
my rat braceleted wrist.
a rat bracelet.
That rat looks at you. And it's just gives you the look of like, you don't even understand. It's your power.
I'm gonna go sit down next to
The
the
rat's
rat.
eyes glow slightly. The fire of the dagger is now firing its eyes.
I'm gonna go sit down next to the rat who's exhausted and just put a bottle of scotch in front of him.
The rat is totally unconscious.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
I'm sure would have appreciated the attempt.
And then we move on, leaving behind the bottle of scotch.
Yeah, alright. So you two now.
Okay, so I think did we just open the door to the main
Yeah, probably.
bridge room?
Yeah, you did.
We
This is
started
where-
this. We started this space voyage so serious about the threats of hyperspace and how
Senyarin.
Alright,
Rat batting.
that's in room 11.
Rat fighting's illegal in these parts.
In this room, there's actually a small battle going on. There's this
It's like a crew.
small group of actual, like, almost alien-like beings equipped these with this sort of, like, long, almost spear-like weapons.
Ooh.
More like hooks than anything else. And they're actually attacking members of the crew. There's about 7 of them.
Oh, shoot.
The captain whaps one in the face with a stick.
Meanwhile, rats.
And then he pulls out a gun and shoots it. Because he, honestly, to be honest, he's doing fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. Yeah, there's a dead one. There's 6
Have a
remaining.
gun.
Yes, he does. A very large one.
So what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna stand in the doorway and I am going to get my gun out.
Cool.
Do you have to roll for initiative or anything?
No. This combat won't last long.
Pokey pokey.
The attackers are outnumbered.
Well, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, roll the hit. And you're gonna run up and hit somebody.
You poke somebody.
You do see your friend aiming up a shot with a gun, so you probably try to avoid that.
Yes.
No, he gets
Definitely.
directly in front of him and dies.
You'd be surprised. And the people are just like, yes! And I'm just like, why? And they're just like, I'm in here.
For the Emperor.
That was
That was a 14.
Yeah, okay, that'll hit. Just barely, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh. I like to let people know that they just barely hit.
So how many are there?
There's 6 now. One of them is a collapsed gun hole corpse. Because the captain shot him.
There's 6 left, or there's.
There are 6 strange, almost, dwarf-like monster things with long hook-like spears. It's very gross. They don't look like anyone you know.
Okay.
They don't look like a species you know.
Okay, that's 9 damage.
Cool. One of them takes a shot and just gets. They're not dead, but they're almost dead. It's like they got kicked in the gut by a mule or something. They kind of like, and they're just kind of holding it, and they're just kind of like backing up. They've dropped their spear thing, and they're like going to this corner. There's a rift in the wall.
They got lucky.
You know
That was
where?
like a
In
minimum.
between 2 of the corners, and it's just kind of like a vague entrance, and he's trying to slither his way into that again.
I'm gonna poke that guy that's trying to.
Well, you'd have to make attacks of opportunity because his friends are in the way. But you could try. You could also go for his friends and murder them.
That's allowed.
No, he wants to go after the weak retreating ones.
And then you'd be surprised.
War crimes, here we come.
I'll just go after his friends.
It's actually not a war crime. He hasn't actually surrendered.
That's fair.
Anyway, yeah, roll the hit.
Oh.
Good roll.
7.
Yeah, right, you got a hit. You swing at one of them and he blocks it with a hook thing, and he's like, he mutters something that you don't understand. Unless you, what languages do you know?
I know Infernal.
Yeah, you don't know it.
What about Abyssal Primordial? Okay, just checking.
And, so yeah, you've got a good idea of what they don't speak. Anyway, yeah, so, it's their turn. 2 of them make hits. One of the crewmen, one of the gunners actually, gets pumped through the stomach.
Not so.
And, he's not dead, but he is very much stabbed. There's a lot of blood. And, yeah, that's not very fun.
Oh.
And, one of them makes an attack on you and rolls, what's your AC?
15.
Oh, yeah, he misses just barely.
Okay.
Glances off the armor or slams right by you. But, yeah, doesn't hit. And the captain goes because, frankly, he's terrifying. Yeah, and he's going to roll again.
We need to give the captain a rat dagger. He'll be unstoppable.
He whaps two of them across the face really quickly. It doesn't do much damage, but he did whack him. He did not pistol shot. He used a pistol. Didn't do it. You can tell he has to reload it. Anyway, the other crew dudes do their thing. They do not hit. They're stuck in melee. Alright, your guys' turn again.
So you'd consider the crew members allies to us, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So
absolutely.
they're within 5 feet of enemies.
Yes, they are.
Fetal position again.
No, I can only do that once per long rest. But I do have a
It's really
thing called
exhausting.
pack tactics. So I get advantage on attack rolls if I have an ally within 5 feet of the target I'm trying to shoot or trying to get.
Kobolds are sneaky little things.
Yeah, pack mentality. So I'm gonna try and shoot
Yeah, alright.
one of them.
Yeah,
That's
go for
close.
it. You want to shoot the one that's running away?
Yeah, why not? Shoot him in the back. Yeah, that's good.
I don't know, I just felt like your character would do that.
Yeah, that seems like very appropriate. Okay. It's a 7 with my bonuses. So no, plus my bonuses. So 7 plus 6, so 13.
That's all the AC. Time goes to the defender.
Dang it.
The bullet glances off the wall
Okay.
next to him. He looks and he's just got fear of death in his eyes. He's just like, that could have been me.
Dodged a bullet on that
When
one.
it hits,
And he basically like dives into the thing after that.
When
Just
it-
like, ooh.
when it hits, it's a 2d12.
Yeah, so
So the
he.
last one that I did 9 damage on was like my minimum almost.
Yeah,
like, damage
basically.
that I can do.
Alright, so yeah, that's his. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Your turn.
There's like a guy right in my face, right?
That's
Yeah,
a
you
rifle.
hit him.
It is. Well, he's a sniper.
Grab on it. My hand.
What?
Using a
Alright,
rifle
athletics
indoors.
check.
And
It's silenced.
I'm going to
You get it.
That works, then.
do the
He rolled a
infernal conduit.
6.
And
What's
then,
your bonus to
Challenge
athletics?
is you can only
So-
shoot twice, then you have to reload. It's got a really high misfire rate.
Athletics, it would be 2.
Yeah, so just roll.
It's the gunslinger's
This
glasses for you.
does a bunch of damage.
Yeah, I win. It is 20.
Okay, so you've got athletics. You've got him grappled. What do you want to do?
And he has to take
It's not
a
very useful being a
Constitution saving
sniper in
throw.
a spaceship, though. It's really just not.
Okay.
Planet
what-
side, though.
Yeah.
DC 13.
If we get there.
He does not pass.
Okay, I now have an infernal conduit.
What does
He
that do?
knows. I'm going to steal 2 of his hit points.
Alright.
Those hit points you have, they're mine
He
now.
seems to like kind of twitch, and this sort of energy slithers into your form. It's a little visible, and yeah, you still 2 HP.
Yep, that's my turn.
It's a freaky dwarf, man.
Yeah, basically. Anything can
He's
move?
Am I
mine.
the only normal one here? That's what I want to know.
Oh shoot, nat 20.
Probably. I mean, Snar's not normal.
What
Takes
your
5
grapple,
wood points.
manages to kind of push off and like makes a swingy attempt. Since he got in at 20, I'll let him actually try to hit you. What's your AC?
15.
He doesn't hypnotize you, but you know he's just like he's not happy. He didn't like that. The 2 others hit. One of them nails the captain for 3 damage. He gets raked across the chest with a hook. And then one of them rolls for damage on another crew person who takes 5 and gets basically slashed across the into the helmet, almost like a
Not
panic.
doing well.
Does a lot of damage. That person goes down. They just collapse to the floor. So you have 3 allies left.
Jeez.
And there are still 5 of them, I think. Alright. Your turn, Josh.
I have to reload.
Can you do it as a bonus action? Does it have to be your action?
No, it has to be my action because I don't have the quick reload thing.
Yeah, alright. So you do your action. You can bonus action things though, can't you?
Yeah, but I don't think I can really do anything with bonus action, so
You don't want to throw anything toxic? Alright.
I don't have any toxic to throw. I have jars of very important things that I will not throw.
Understand. Your turn.
Okay, I'll stab this guy with my stabby
Okay.
glaive.
What's your roll?
17.
Cool, roll damage.
10.
Interesting. So you nail one of these guys. Were you aiming for the injured guy, or were you aiming for a different one?
The injured guy, the one that
Yeah,
I
that
said
injured guy just gets slammed into the... Well, were you trying to spear forward, or were you trying to spear him, like... Where were you trying to hit him? Head, shoulders, knees, toes? Stomach?
None of those is stomach.
Oof, you just go right through him and he just falls limp on your spear.
Get off.
You just got a corpse on your spear now.
Yoink.
There are 4 enemies remaining. The captain makes his move.
The stick.
Captain goes LMG and just MLG and just
Well, he pulls out his gun again and shoots another one in the face. Gets a nat 20. And that one's just dead. Just flat up, point blank dead.
right,
And they just collapse in a puddle of gross.
right.
And then he also hits one in the face with a stick. And does 3 damage. That one's really dizzy. That was a good captain turn. Alright, it's that turn. They have 4 of them left. One of them gets a nat 20 as well. So the captain gets smacked in the face.
Oof.
And yeah, the captain takes 8 points of damage.
Wow.
And he gets thrown back a bit.
Poor cat.
Captain.
Yeah. He's very hurt. And yeah. That's their turn. Go, kobold friends.
Okay. Now that I have it reloaded, I will again try to take shots.
Alright.
Shots fired.
Left.
So it's 11 plus 6.
Yeah, that hits.
17.
Roll damage.
Okay. 7. 10. So 21.
Yeah, one of them's just dead. Right through one of them, he just falls. Limp. Like he never even got hit. He just falls and he's gone.
Awesome.
There's 3 left, and your turn.
Okay.
Hope there's some left I can put in
Is the one that I was attacking the captain dead?
No, he's fine.
It's like trying to stop
Stab the one who stabs the captain.
Alright.
That would be 16 to hit.
Alright. Yeah, you hit. Full damage.
12 damage.
Yeah, that one's dead as well. He gets slammed into essentially a control panel in the wall. And yeah, you just stab him repeatedly. And he goes limp as well. There's only 2 remaining, and on their turn they make an attempted fling because they are not happy with dying. And,
Just 3 dead instantly.
one of them takes an attack of opportunity from you, so roll a hit. Well, they can flee essentially, if otherwise.
That would be 12.
Okay, yeah, you don't hit him. But you get close. And these last 2, like, essentially just struggle back into this kind of gap in the wall that shouldn't be there, and they just kind of, like, vanish. There's this hideous hole in the wall. And yeah, that's the battle.
Good
And,
job.
I think that's the battle for today, because there's not too much time left.
Do they have any interesting features?
They do. What would you like to look? You can investigate.
I wanna
You can
investigate.
survival. You can medicine. What do you want to know about them? Nature. You can like study
Just
their
if
animal
something looks
natures.
weird. That's a 4 plus whatever we said we were rolling.
They're super weird. That's
Okay.
what you know.
No, but was there anything? So that would be an 8. It's 4 plus 4.
Yeah, there's vaguely dwarfy and vaguely weird.
Then I will harvest some of them,
All right.
put it in a jar.
Just
Cool, you
imagining
can
like
totally do that. Harvesting dwarf organs and yeah.
I already wanted to do one more thing.
Okay, what do you want to do?
He's gonna go to the rat that is on the dagger and go,
I bind to your minds.
Alright, don't you have to roll for that?
I don't know.
I think you do.
I would assume that you have to if it's unwilling.
It is in fact, well, it's not unwilling, it just doesn't respect you.
I think it's just defiant. It's like a teenage.
You ain't the boss of me.
It's not one of these discipline things.
can hang out with this dagger whenever I want,
Specs
Mom.
on it are, and I don't think it's in the sheet.
It's never phased, Mom.
But what am I adding?
Intelligence, proficiency.
My
You
intelligence.
know the
Ooh,
things you add to every spell you cast?
I don't normally cast
Basically.
spells. This is a new thing for me. That's an 18 base. And then the
Kind
intelligence
of all you add.
plus 4.
You would learn.
It's 22.
So yeah, you do, and yeah, you've mined, you and this rat have knowledge. You understand this rat comes from a strange, but very comfortable little nook in reality. And it's just very pleased to have found its true purpose.
The
Keeper of the dagger.
I'm gonna leave this dagger in a corner and just ask Takiti for a new one later.
I will
I'll take it. I'll take
Cast it out into the airlock.
try to convince the rat that there are far better things to be the keepers of.
No. The rat.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Here we go, persuading the rat.
What'd you roll?
It's a 4 base plus 3 persuasion.
Yeah, no.
I tried.
The rat is not very
I
impressed at all.
I don't know that I got anything in my pack that could convince them either. Let's see. Oh no, that's gone now. That was obliterated.
Yeah, if you guys had cheese, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
don't
have
think
something, though. You gotta, like,
No
justify some kind of strat.
Nope. I don't think I really have anything.
Can I try to convince the rat that I too am a part of the keeper, the order of the dagger,
Sure.
and that it is a noble cause?
You can totally try to get the mind-melded cat person to tell it that. But yeah, you can totally roll for it. I'll let you do it because it's funny.
That would be a 17. Do I need a persuasion also?
Just add your persuasion, and that's good enough. It thinks, yes,
Right,
you are
23.
respectable. Yes, clearly you are also enlightened.
It's a noble cause, my rat friends.
Well, we at least say that maybe I've got some kind of food that I want to carry on me, for like food rations and whatnot for the kitchens and stuff.
Hey, what's the rat's name?
Yeah, it's what rats of the noble cause.
The rat of the noble cause.
What is your, what is your title?
What is the rat's name?
No, you're gonna have to random that.
While this is going on, I just
She's just holding the dagger while
Give
going
you-
back and forth to the rat.
I'm
I'll
giving
take
you the
it.
dagger. Just take it.
It doesn't actually have a name in a language you actually know, but you get the mental image of some kind of like great warrior is what it thinks of itself as. So if
With
you
the
can call it
dagger
Jarl,
somewhere in there.
Jarl.
Alright. She gave me the dagger.
Just
All right.
take it.
it's on the dagger.
Right. Jarl the rat
It
dagger.
is pleased with this. It pats you appreciatively, knowing that the dagger is in the hands of the faithful and not the heathen.
We're gonna make a cult.
Oh my goodness.
The rat dagger cult.
This is the
Yeah.
dagger's ceremonial dagger given to me by Princess Takiti, which is, yeah, a very important person gave it to me, but I can't use it now because there's a rat on it. You can have it. Like,
Yeah.
Do I still have exhaustion? I just realized that was a
You
thing.
still do, but I'm gonna pretend like you're okay if you're not doing it because I don't want to mess with all the rolls we've done. You can totally just take a rest after this because, you know, there's a slight lull in issues and things going on. And frankly, things are pretty clear around the ship.
Yeah, I think a rest
eventually,
is definitely needed
This
now.
super heavy thunking begins to fill the room, and one of the doors just opens.
Is
and
it my
this-
guard friend?
It is. And there's like a few other individuals with him. A couple hobgoblins actually,
Oh, my other friends!
and they're just like banging. They've got these like essentially weapons. They're just like they've been hitting stuff, and you can tell this guy is
Probably rats.
huge suit, and he's got what's essentially supposed to be a welding torch, but it can also work pretty well as a flamethrower. And they just enter the room. It's like, I say things are fun.
Yeah. Fun is the word for it.
Yes.
There's a rat that has claimed ownership of that dagger.
Okay.
Yes. Also, wait. We walked in there. Is that what happened?
They walked
Sorry.
in here.
They walked
Oh yeah,
back.
the
No,
doors
not
other
these
than that
guys.
don't have obstructions, so you
Somebody
guys can eventually make your way there.
Okay.
The ship's
Yeah.
pretty clear now.
All right.
Isn't that guy like a 10-foot tall guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 10 foot tall.
The captain?
No, this guy.
It's
10
a
foot
soldier.
tall, incredibly dark armor. He looks like an old scuba diving dude, and he's got a flamethrower.
He looks like a dark knuckle.
Nice.
I mean, an iron knuckle.
Yeah, kind of. And yeah,
I could really use a rest, and my little jelly buddy here would really love a very delicious face. So if we happen to have anything like monsters or whatever that died and left behind some corpses with some faces,
I have not seen faces in the kitchen.
okay. Well, if you find anything in the hallways or the other room, let me know.
The captain whaps you on the head with a stick. He's still incredibly injured. He's like, oh, now you've done it. Now you gotta care for it. You gotta feed it. He like prods it a little bit. It's just like, oh, look at it. It's fat and it's lazy. I was gonna eat somebody's toes when they're asleep.
Not their toes,
like
maybe
happy
their
right.
noses, but not their
Right,
toes.
mate.
I'm assuming that us two followed the captain.
Yeah,
So we are all together.
So we're all together.
Reunited.
essentially.
Hello, my name is Signorin.
And,
For everyone who
yeah.
didn't know.
That is the last major part of this entire Fudago line. Everything starts to calm down after that. There was a flamethrower incident on one of the other floors, and that was incident.
Was that the rat that I teleported to the second floor?
Who knows?
They're just like, alright. They're
And
just
we'll
like
cover
tense
the rest
and.
of this journey to what is essentially the actual goal next time.
Okay.
Right.
So there's just a group of soldiers like really tense, like they can hear something big outside and they're like ready with flamethrowers, and then this rat suddenly just appears like
just literally just teleports in.
just panicked flamethrowing everywhere before
Oh,
the
yeah.
rat gets away.
Actually, yeah, so we'll cover the rest of that after that next time.